Whispers in the window are angry waves. Way ho, the sea of souls. Down to the mists as the ocean slaves. Way ho, the sea of souls. Way ho, the sea of souls. Way ho, the sea of souls. Hoist the sails round the eddies and shoals. Hey ho, it's the sea of souls. Now drop the anchor and grab some grog. Way ho, the sea of souls. We'll make a new entry in the captain's log. Way ho, the sea of souls. Hey ho, the sea of souls. Way oh, the sea of souls. Hoist the sails round the eddies and shoals. Hey ho, it's the sea of souls. Oh, way ho, the sea of souls. Way oh, the sea of souls. Hoist the sails round the eddies and shoals. Hey ho, it's the sea of souls. Hey ho, it's the sea of souls. Sea of souls. Whispers in the window are angry waves. Way ho, the sea of souls. Down to the mists as the ocean slaves. Way ho, the sea of souls. Way ho, the sea of souls. Way ho, the sea of souls. Hoist the sails round the eddies and shoals. Hey ho, it's the sea of souls. Now drop the anchor and grab some grog. Way ho, the sea of souls. We'll make a new entry in the captain's log. Way ho, the sea of souls. Hey ho, the sea of souls. Way ho, the sea of souls. Hoist the sails round the eddies and shoals. Hey ho, it's the sea of souls. Oh, way ho, the sea of souls. Way ho, the sea of souls. Hoist the sails round the eddies and shoals. Hey ho, it's the sea of souls. Hey ho, it's the sea of souls. Sea of souls. Whispers in the window are angry waves. Way ho, the sea of souls. Down to the mists as the ocean slaves. Way ho, the sea of souls. Way ho, the sea of souls. Way ho, the sea of souls. Hoist the sails round the eddies and shoals. Hey ho, it's the sea of souls. Now drop the anchor and grab some grog. Way ho, the sea of souls. We'll make a new entry in the captain's log. Way ho, the sea of souls. Hey ho, the sea of souls. Way oh, the the sea of souls. Hoist the sails round the eddies and shoals. Hey, ho, it's the sea of souls. Oh, way, ho, the sea of souls. Way, oh, the sea of souls. Hoist the sails round the eddies and shoals. Hey, ho, it's the sea of souls. Hey, ho, it's the sea of souls. Sea of souls.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Sea of Souls live stream D&D brought to you by Elderbrain Cast, which is us. We are Elderbrain, bunch of nerds hanging out, playing Dungeons and Dragons. That is V. Yes, brought to you by the letter V today.
Verily.
And verily. Thanks for joining us. Yes, Sesame Street. This is an educational program.
No.
Well, not intentionally.
No.
If you
there's math. There's some addition
there is math
involved.
It's true.
If you receive any education from watching us, it is entirely accidental. I promise you.
Yep.
It is not intentional. We are not trying to educate you, unless it's educating you on the fun of D&D. Then yes, that is what we're doing.
We're the teachers that just bring in the TV stand and put on My Big Fat Greek Wedding because we don't feel like actually teaching a lesson.
Yeah. Or Mr. Bean. When I was in music class in high school, it was always Mr. Bean. That was who we watched. It was good times.
I think we're more like the teachers in the modern day who just put on a YouTube channel.
Probably. Maybe we are that YouTube channel that gets put on.
Hey.
There we go. Bringing it first, full circle.
Goals.
Back to
Goals.
D&D. So we were off for a few weeks just because of life and scheduling and stuff like that happens. But it's all good. So picking up where we left off last time. So our adventurers are in the pirate town of Porto de Arias, the Port of Sands. And after some interesting events at Joran's Tower and having an intimate meeting with Joran, the real Joran, and learning a little bit about his condition, a little bit about what possibly is plaguing the Sea of Souls, an entity that is currently residing there. The group left the tower to seek other things, to do some shopping, maybe get some food, and do some other stuff in town. Found themselves caught in a very elaborately staged ambush by one well-dressed orc by the name of Runix, who has been dogging them for a number of days now. First, because of their association with one Captain Connor Boone, but it seems that Runix has kept that interest going in them, and having staged a fight between two houses that was obviously a ruse as the two forces kind of met, and the group caught in the middle of it, ran into a side alley, and then the two opposing forces just kind of did the old Braveheart and like, hey, and like shook hands and kind of walked past each other and carried on. Runix appeared with 4 lackeys in tow, and after a bit of a conversation, once again asking them for information on Connor Boone, things didn't go so well, and the fight broke out. Runix, falling in the fight, or what appeared to be Runix, turned out to be some sort of simulacrum, a genderless, formless body that he seemed to be inhabiting. And after he fell, one of the lackeys ran off. 2 of them were extinguished, and one was captured.
Yeah,
We pick up in the back alley with the 4 of you holding an unconscious pirate and trying to decide where you might head to do some questioning of this individual to find out what they know.
Aggressive negotiations.
Runix. And that is where we will pick up.
Right. Well, Do we have any dark alleyways or
I mean, it's a pirate
shadowy
port, so
dark alleyways or shadowy bars that we can take this individual to, and perhaps, well, you know, something we could do this thing. It's where you dunk their head in water until they almost drown, and then you pick their head back up again, and you ask them the question, and then you put them back down in the water until they almost drown, and then you bring them back up again.
As fun as it might be to do this the old-fashioned way, what do you suppose the chances are that Master Jorand has some sort of mind-reading spell that would speed this process up significantly?
Well, but Jorand is in no situation to really assist us.
That, and you guys are getting a little too over-reliant on that wizard.
I don't know that that's true, but he's not really a resource right now. He's got to fix what's going on over there first.
How much do you figure this goon knows anyway?
Probably not much, but
More than we know,
precisely.
Does he?
I'd hope. Well,
We don't know much. Can't be hard.
Yeah, this is true. Well, actually, we've got some evidence here now. We know this sure as hell ain't about the money. Between hiring two mobs to pretend fight each other and this Simia what's it?
Yeah,
that
perhaps
can't
it's time we get Captain Boon involved again.
Well, my inkling is it's definitely a personal thing, and I don't like getting involved in personal things.
There.
That gets super messy. Just ask my cousin One-Eyed Pete. He tried to intervene with NEV and Uncle Scab one time. Well, he used to be called Pete, but now One-Eyed Pete. You
didn't call him Two-Eyed Pete?
Yeah.
I guess that'd be redundant.
Point being, yeah, I don't want to get, lover spat or whatever. These two have something against each other. Let's just get out of town, get this sorted.
you might be right bringing in Captain Boon. That might be
He's gonna
someone
have
who
the
can take
answers.
this guy.
He's gonna know what the beef's about for sure.
Do we got that sending stone? Can we use it?
I don't see why we don't contact Captain Boon and say, "Hey, buddy, we're not taking out your trash unless you're gonna,
Compensate us?
Well, that, and also, I mean, I like Captain Boon as much as the next guy, but his track record for getting us out of trouble does not quite equate to him getting us into trouble.
It's a fair point. Yeah, if he's got a line on. Wait a minute, weren't we signing on for a ship or something? We're just killing time until we're ready to set sail.
Yeah,
That is
pretty much.
correct.
How much
We do
time we got
have
left to kill?
a standing offer with Ship Boon, actually.
What was there a launch date on that?
It was the following day, so it would be sometime today.
Great.
Awesome. So, do we bring this judge
Certainly
with us?
convenient.
I think that might be a decent option. Bring this guy with us.
Is this how we're going to recruit our crew?
Get him out. This is not a recruit.
You
Bring
sign
him
it
out
up,
on the open
kid.
sea. Interrogate him out there.
You can swim home. It's fine.
Yeah.
International waters.
I mean, being thrown overboard is a pretty big threat, so we won't have to really threaten him with your dunking method or whatever you
Well,
would
yeah,
suggest. That seems
Just
pretty
something I heard
barbaric.
about once.
You heard about it. I hope that's the case.
Yeah, I definitely haven't been looking up ways to torture people in my spare time.
Orc is just going to be very silent during this whole exchange.
So-
You want to talk?
Ripping out toenails and fingernails one by one also works quite effectively.
Yeah, we're not doing that. I'm not going to be part of that, at least.
I mean, I seen it all back in the camps, but yeah, no thanks.
So where are we going to keep this guy until we can get on that ship? How are we going to transport him?
Flick, would you be at all opposed to having him chained up in your manacles?
Yeah, no, let's do that.
Or is that a bit more of a ceremony? Is that like a weird ceremonial?
Oh, no. These are purely functional, my friend. Don't worry.
All right.
No sentimental value. That is something I learned back at the camps. Is don't attach sentimental objects because you ain't gonna keep them too long.
So you're gonna shackle him.
I'm sure nobody here will ask any questions about us carrying a shackled man through the streets.
When in the pirate city, do as the pirates do.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody asks, he's for ransom.
Or he's a reluctant crewman. It's the way.
It's basically how we get him on the boat. It's our agreement.
He's the captain.
All right.
All right,
So
let's slap these chains on him and
So we have. I guess we should go meet up to look at that boat.
yeah.
go to the boat.
I, for one, would love to get back on the sea.
So, plan of action here. Shackle this guy up, go to the boat, hopefully set sail, then contact Captain Boone using the stone. Is that the plan?
Do we not want to contact him now?
Yeah. Maybe we do that beforehand.
All right. Maybe not from this direct alley then. That is
Well,
my
no.
opinion.
We might want. Actually, we should probably not be here.
It's true.
All right. So
There's
our
direct
interim
corpses
stop,
all
I
over.
think, was we were headed for the what was it called? The Ugly Shark. We're still due for some breakfast.
Oh yeah.
That is correct.
That was the original point of this whole excursion, yes.
This guy's not getting up.
I'm
anytime soon.
starved.
All right, let's
So
bring our new pet to the Ugly Shark and go get some breakfast, and we can.
And
Do you think they have ugly shark on a stick?
only one way to find out?
Yeah, maybe get to go bags. That's probably a good idea.
I've had shark once. I would not recommend it.
Seafood to go.
I mean, anything's to go.
Flesh is
Everything's
all
probably
smooth
salted
on one
anyway, so-
side, but then it's razor sharp on the other. It's very unpleasant on the palate.
All right. So the ugly shark is down by the shipyard area, which is where you were headed originally, kind of down the main thoroughway, when there was a rather convenient wagon that
Yeah, there's the cart.
broke a wheel and spilled its ingredients all over.
Oh, yes.
Is it still there when we round the corner?
Yes.
Somebody said yes. As you make your way out the alley, kind of down, it looks like it's mostly cleaned up. The road does still appear to be somewhat slick from various liquids that were spilled out of the barrels and kegs. But the way has been, for the most part, opened. It's still a bit of a mess. The wagon is kind of off to one side, currently in the process of being fixed. But you can get through.
The janitor's been by and put sawdust down, kind of thing. Like that's
Yeah, that's right. Covering up all the puke. Yeah. Yeah. There is there's a smell primarily of fish oil. But you do smell some ale, a couple other substances in there as well. It seemed this cart was carrying various barrels of various liquids that have commingled and don't mix well.
says you.
And it's a very it says anyone really.
It's visibly salivating as we're.
I
Okay.
guess actually, yeah, Fleck would probably be like
This is what you consider exotic cologne in the goblin world.
the one who waits for strawberries to green, like go bad. That's yeah.
It's the stuff you use to wake people up from the dead.
Yeah, possibly literally in some sort of ritual. Anyway, could be an ingredient. Fish oil, the new arcane ritual, arcane ingredient. So you make your way through the bit of a mess, and you find the ugly shark easy enough. It's sign posting board outside. It's essentially equates to a crayon drawn shark. Like
Flick, did you make that?
It's beautiful artwork, ain't it?
Pretty much. It's and you can kind of tell it's intentional that somebody they drew a shark as best as they could, and it kind of resembles a shark enough that knowing what the establishment is and the name, you're like, okay, yeah, I see it. But otherwise, if you didn't have any clues, it'd be hard to make out. You know, like a little kid draws something and you're like, look, it's green. And you're like, that's awesome. And I have no idea what it is.
You would
That's
think
a shark
that,
only a mother could love.
you
Sort of
think
along
that
those lines, yeah.
You would think that people from a coastal pirate city would have seen a shark before.
Yeah, I haven't seen many with arms like that. That's
Yeah.
new.
And is that a wing on the side?
They know sharks aren't supposed to be purple, right?
Hmm.
As you get closer, you can see that like people have added colors here and there and like drawn like little stick figures and stuff on it. It seems to be like an ongoing thing where people are just like adding to it, and it seems all fun and games. And
Perhaps
it's
this
kind
is
of fits the
local-
reputation of the place.
Perhaps this is a local rite of passage of some sort.
I'm gonna take out some hair dye and give it a little Simba head thing.
The circle of life. The shark
I like
animates
this
and
place. I should have known.
It's I mean, picture your typical dockside pirate bar. It's what you would expect.
Just
Pretty
your
much.
typical pirate bar.
It's not like
Like the one you
Totally
walk past
dirty.
every day on the way to work.
it's not clean. Well, like, you know, when you see in like movies and stuff,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
It's got that kind of atmosphere. It's just very typical. It's what you would expect. If you think
Well, I'm famished. Let's go have a
what would
look.
bar look like in a pirate port, it's pretty much that.
Tortuga.
So I don't think anybody will be asking questions
Copyright.
of our drunken, passed out buddy here.
Yeah, for the most part, like nobody has really said anything. Just make out like somebody kind of, you know, spare a glance, but it doesn't seem to be that odd of an occurrence.
I feel like Torque immediately diverts their glance,
Yeah,
or even
a
Dinar.
massive turtle carrying a anchor as a weapon
Mm.
tends to draw people's gaze for sure.
Right then, Irish coffee all around.
Irish. It's actually you mean Kofefi?
Yeah.
Four
It's like I've
Kofefis.
gone back in time to mid 2016.
Oh God, no! Not 2016.
We have to go back. Ugh.
Back to the Kofefi. So basically coffee with a little bit of something in it. Yeah.
A little something.
A little caffeine, little coffee, little brouhaha. Yeah, that's what you would expect. And
Yes, that's the only way to start a morning.
I don't know why we're being so covert about ordering booze from a bar, but okay.
well, it's morning booze, right? It's
It's true.
it's coffee with a little kick to it.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
And
Here are the dogs.
so you were told that this place did have good breakfast, and they do. There is all manner of smoked fish. There's smoked salmon and carp. There's some halibut. There's a variety of different things you can get. They have lots of eggs. Scrambled eggs. It's good. They seem to actually have decent loaves of bread that actually have like a nice fresh smell to them. So though the atmosphere, is pretty standard fare, the food is better than you would expect. and it's very satisfying.
I like this place.
Nothing fancy, just good, hearty pub food breakfast. Like there's plenty of it, and it's filling, it's warm, and it's pretty darn good.
After that fight we had, I suppose anything would taste good.
And there's no shark in it either.
I
That's
ate some
bonus.
shrimps.
Only in the soup.
I do end up having to send mine back the first time because it doesn't come out nearly runny enough, and
eggs aren't green enough. Like,
it's far too cooked.
can I get some toast with some like mold on it? You get a couple looks, but they're like, sure. You hear somebody like rattling around in a garbage can in the back, like, going over the plate, like, here.
Fish head for
Hey,
garnish,
Owen.
and you're beautiful.
We went into the ugly shark early at the break of day.
Lie. Body.
You know, we don't actually know why sea shanties use the term early.
Really?
The common belief is that they were mocking English people
Mm.
or Irish people or whoever says weird things in weird ways.
See what we said about accidentally educational?
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. Nerds know things, random things. It's just how it is. So
Yep.
All I
Early in
know
the
is
morning.
that I know nothing.
there we go. But if all you know is that you know nothing, then do you even know that you know nothing?
Jon Snow.
Much to think
Because
about.
you know nothing. If you know nothing, then you don't know that you know nothing, because that would require you knowing something.
What's that song? All I know is that I don't know. All I know is that I don't know nothing. Isn't that Operation Ivy?
I feel like my
Yes, it
hat
is.
just got tighter
Wow.
from you saying that. like my brain expanded.
We're all that math meme right now. We're just like, what numbers going around? Like,
Yeah. No. You totally you nailed it. It is off Ivy for sure.
Yeah. I think it's called Knowledge, is what the song is called.
Uh-huh. And I think you're the first person outside of my high school that has ever heard of that band. So well done.
Nice.
Yay! I don't know movies, but I know weird music.
This is what
We all-
happens
we all
when
have
we
our
don't play
niche.
D&D for 2 weeks because now we're just catching up now.
I know.
This stopped being a game. This
What are you
is now
talking?
just like
We do this. Jack, we do this every session. Okay, we ramble. That's kind of our thing. Is we have side. See, D&D has side quests, and we have side rants that just go with it. It's just it's par for the course. It's all good.
I'm wearing the right
So
shirt.
anyway,
I'm not procrastinating. I'm doing side quests.
I'm doing side quests. Nice. As you gentlemen are enjoying your breakfast, you do notice a figure off to one side of the establishment, just kind of casually watching you.
Oh boy.
And there's nothing outwardly shady looking about them. In fact, they seem to be not like Runix well dressed, but just cleanly dressed. Definitely in sailor attire. They've definitely got the sun weathered tan skin, and they're just kind of enjoying getting a little bit of steam coming out of their cup of coffee, kind of egg platter, and they're just kind of watching you.
See anything you like?
what does he think of our sleepy friend in the chains?
Which we're
How's it
totally
really-
we're weekend at Bernieing him right now.
Totally.
You just had a
At
bit
that-
too much of that coffee.
Yeah.
At that, the individual kind of raises a cup, just kind of in your direction, takes a drink.
Hey.
Would you lads fancy a chat this morning? Perhaps got a business proposition for you.
I like talking.
And you can hear now that the
I
voice
don't.
is female.
I like you.
Just a bit of a chat.
Sure.
Come and join us.
Yeah.
We're being awfully forward with this person we've just met. Historically,
Don't
that
mind
has
if I
not
do.
worked out well for us.
Yeah, but
Torque. Historically speaking, neither option has worked out well for us. I figure, you know what? We might as well get off on the right foot, and maybe they won't try to stab us.
She makes her way over to you, and you see now that her hair is kind of like tied tight behind, whereas the front kind of has a little bit of a floor to it, and her just kind of bandana is a tight black bandana like around her head. She comes and sits, puts her mug down and her plate just kind of beside you. Yeah, you lads look like you got your hands full there. What's his deal?
He's just had too much to drink.
Oh, sure. Don't worry, I don't work for any of the ships here, so I'm not coming to spy on who you might be captured.
Oh, come on. What do you want with us? Unless you're just here to look at our obscenely good looks.
You haven't exactly been subtle, no.
Just, make sure
I don't
that
really
when...
do subtlety.
What?
I don't really do subtlety. I have no reason to.
Oh, that's
I have
boring.
nothing to hide.
Good.
I work for the Crimson Wave. You ever heard of it?
Sorry, who? What?
Crimson Wave. They're next
The
door.
Crimson Wave.
Or door over that way.
Hi,
They're
down the road there.
mercenaries.
Yes,
They
sort of. I guess it's as good a term as any for us.
Sell swords. With
Craig,
swell
above-
swords.
above game real quick. The tentacle zombies, when they attacked
snap.
our ship, they were flying under the flag of the Crimson Wave at the time, right?
They were flying under the Red Water Pirates,
Which is a pirate,
Right.
yeah.
Okay. My bad.
Close, but not the same.
close but not the same.
I
Yes.
mean, damn close. One
Yeah,
might almost say coincidentally close.
I had some alarms going off there.
Oh, I mean, I don't know, man. I'd keep that in the back of your mind. Crimson Wave, Red Waters. I don't know.
The name's Ariana.
Of course it is.
What's that
That's
supposed to mean?
That's a grand name.
Thank you.
Talon, do you maybe want to not piss people off the second we meet them?
Brand-
What? I said it was a grand name.
I caught it,
Yeah.
Devin. I caught it.
I know
caught
you.
it.
I know you.
Thank you. I appreciate
Did you say grand or grande? I didn't
Yes.
quite.
it. Yeah, it's all.
Oh, this is a grande.
Not sponsored.
Playing D&D with Abbott and Costello.
We at the Crimson Wave. I guess it's sort of funny that we're in a pirate port and we hunt. Well, we hunt the nefarious type of pirates, the bad
Business must be good.
slavers and the like. Oh, you have no idea. There's plenty of them out there to catch, but I've heard there's a certain air about the four of you. You don't seem like the cutthroat type. I take that as a compliment. Believe me.
I look at Flick.
We are certainly
Not that you haven't cut your own share of throats, but I mean, you know what I mean, right? The sort of the pirates, just the ones who leave no one behind. You know, who sink and scuttle ships with everyone aboard.
Black-hearted fiends?
Hi, that type.
Well, most of us. Never mind.
The type who
Most of us do, never mind.
the type who have no qualms about trading in people as well as goods, considering people to be nothing but goods, to be bought and sold and used as they would.
Now
We
I
got to
look
stop
at
having serious lore like story discussions while we're in the middle of drinking.
Right, pub's the best place to get information. Haven't you heard?
That's a great name for a flask.
Information.
Let me just get some information.
I like it. I'll keep that in mind. Next time I have an item enchanted. Well, I'm just telling you that we're always looking for members to come aboard and even part-time contracts. I'm looking to do some work hunting down some slavers and the like. If it's something that fancies you. Just thought I'd come by and throw a bone your way.
We do definitely appreciate it. Might take you up on your offers, depending on how our pocketbook tends to go.
Fair enough.
Flick, mouthful of fish heads, chewing with his mouth. Nom, nom, nom. Yeah, our dance card's kind of full right now, lady, but we'll definitely keep you in mind.
Flick,
Fair
perhaps me and Dinar do the talking.
Yeah,
Well, hey, you find yourselves in port and need something to do. Come on by the Crimson Wave. Say that Ariana sent you, and if you're looking for work, we've got plenty to do.
We'll have a grand
There's always
time.
fiends out there in the ocean to chase, always ships that need hunting down that
Oh, yes, there
trade in
are.
illicit cargo. People that need freeing from that sort of life. So if that's something that's up your alley,
Well,
come and have a go with us.
So long as it's work on the water, this one, and Dinar points to Tayland, we'll probably take you up on it.
Well, I mean, we do call ourselves the Crimson Wave, not the Crimson Shore. So
That's good. That's going to be important for Tayland to work with it.
Because you're free with us to see, combat all injustice, put an end to slavery.
we don't have too many bards hanging around right now either. So
Ah,
bringing some liveliness to the wave would be good.
That would explain the peaceful silence I've been hearing ever since.
I like this one. Hey, barkeep, their next round's on me.
woo!
I like this one.
Well, gents, you enjoy your breakfast and whatever the day has for you, and just perhaps we'll see you around again sometime.
Hey, do you guys remember how this was the worst morning ever? This morning, when we fought the squid guy melted.
Yeah, maybe don't say that out loud.
Let's keep that close.
She's
to the
already,
vest, yes.
I figured she'd already
Mug raised and kinda, like, walked
she was
off.
already
Yeah,
kinda walking
yeah.
off.
Craig, is there anything about her attire that would... Oh,
You lost your ship.
I lost my ship because somebody opened up Zoom on another computer that
What
had my
hap-
account
what?
logged in. Okay.
Ooh, what?
Is
Where?
there anything on Ariana's person, the way that she's dressed, that might indicate to us that she's a member of the Crimson Wave? Like a brooch or a medallion or something that might have indicated her association?
You can give me a perception check, kind of in retro, I guess. Your passive is the lowest you can get.
Okay.
Yeah.
My passive is what it'll be. 11.
11.
Yeah.
Nothing really outward. You didn't see any like crest or anything like that. So there wasn't anything.
Just her word.
Okay.
Yeah.
And because
You
Flick
don't
was
seem to have like a uniform or anything like that. It's
Okay.
This is going to be an incredibly strange question out of context, but were we told what race she was?
just human.
Human.
Okay.
since Flick wasn't actively involved in the conversation, he was busy eating and he was watching her intently. So, did I get a good read on whether she was being on the level with us or?
Given your passive abilities, she seemed pretty straightforward. Yeah,
Okay,
there was an openness and an honesty about her that
refreshing.
Yeah.
I've had it up to here with Koi, so that was nice.
Hey, I'm honest.
Have you tried the fried corn? That's a delicacy.
Give me the heads.
Yeah.
You guys can have all the other parts.
Well, what do you gents think, huh? Personally, I'd rather get on a ship and start getting back into sea, but I guess
think we
either
should-
way.
I think we should figure out what to do with our friend here before he wakes up and screams for help.
Or who's going to help him here?
I do not wish to find out.
We've only been in port for a couple of days. This guy, for all we know, has spent a lot more time here. He might have more friends than we realize.
It's been a hell of a few days, hasn't it?
Yes, it has.
Do you think we'll ever get to just sit somewhere and enjoy a pleasant day with nothing weird happening?
No.
This is D&D, man.
Have you met us?
What the heck is that? I know this is fantasy, but let's not stretch our, you know.
Go have just a nice spa day and
Little bit
find
too
out
far.
that, it's not actually being run by a demon.
No.
I refer back to Flick's comment. Have you seen the four of us? If
I've
you want
seen
that, I think
all
gotta
8
leave.
of you multiple times.
I know. Let's take a look. Is this guy at any risk of coming to anytime soon?
Is he stirring?
I give me medicine check.
I would love to. This will be epic. Here we go. Hacha! Hey! 17.
Hey.
17.
17. He might be rousing within the next half hour or so. I mean, you knocked it up pretty good, but short
You
of
slam his head into
actually
the table
drugging
and buy
him
us some
or,
more
you know,
hours.
yeah, it'll wear off. You see some color is returning.
I think we should settle the bill and get onto the boat.
Yep, that is
Oh.
plan A. Out of
Our
curiosity,
ship lies at anchor, is ready to dock.
As Tayland is singing, Dinar's gonna go up to wherever to pay and settle the breakfast bill.
Ah, boy, Dinar.
Quince Plus breakfast is going to count as a short rest, is it?
Yeah, you could use it as a short rest if you want.
Hooray!
I don't know how.
Oh, yeah.
How vigorously does Flick eat? Does that count as?
It's activity.
I'll spend a couple hit die.
Sure.
Greg, how much is breakfast?
It's all said and done. It's about like 5 silver for the drinks and everything all together.
Okay.
And that's for all y'all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. I could spend a hit dice. I'll spend
I
one.
mean, I just got max back on my first one.
Nice.
Listen here, 73 hit points.
Oh my God! Do you really have 73?
Barbarians, man.
Yeah.
Holy crap!
I got them D12s.
You have more than double my health.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I'm also reckless attacking every fight, so I kind of need it.
Yeah, but then the half damage while raging also, so it's a good trade-off there. Until they start doing, fire. Or...
15 and a 14. I'll take it.
We get our hit dice back after a long rest, right?
You get half of them back after a long rest.
Half of them back. Okay. I'll spend one more. I only rolled a 3. And I rolled a 2. It's just going down. I better not spend another one.
You just keep decreasing. It's like you lose this many hit points. Oh man.
My dice says -1. I didn't even know that was an option.
You
How is that
oversleep.
possible?
You oversleep. Take 10 psychic damage.
Oh,
Roll a Constitution saving throw.
you take anxiety damage. Dang it.
Alright, so once the bill is settled and Kayland is done
Whack
his
ball the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the
last
jaws.
sip, I suppose we'll take our passed out fella and head towards the ships. Not
Okay,
the ship, sorry, the boat that we're going on.
Okay, so you're gonna head to the docks.
Yeah.
South of the ship's district to find the boat belonging to Ship Boon that awaits you.
Oh, we really got to go all the way through town to get there?
Yeah,
Oh boy.
That's all right.
they are separate docks.
It's fine. It's fine.
The,
Drag Buddy by his heels for a little while and he'll be fine.
the 6 ships have their own docks on that side of the city, away from the public docks.
That makes sense.
So that is where you will find Ship Boon's operations.
Okay.
So as you approach the more not private docks, but these docks for the 6 ships, you do find one of the two dwarves that you'd met in the complex waiting for you, Havla Stone Grinder. And she kind of gives a wave as she sees you coming. Hi. I was wondering if you lot would be joining us or not today.
Hi.
For a while, we were wondering the same.
Ah. Who's that?
Oh, he's Bernie.
He's just had too
Give me a
much
deception
drink.
check.
Hmm.
Give me a deception check.
I think I'm actually okay at that.
Can I give the help action by saying that he's just had too much to drink?
Sure.
With a stony face.
Yeah.
Hey, 17.
Hey.
Can you out stone face a dwarf though? Come on, let's see. Ooh,
I mean,
apparently
anybody?
not right now. I roll a 19.
Oh.
So she kind of looks at you and she goes, "All right, for real though. What's this about, eh? Bringing
Flick,
trouble onto our ships, huh?"
you explain it in a way that they'll understand.
So listen, the reason we're delayed is this jump and his buddies. We want to find out why they're getting into our business the whole time we're here. So we're going to take him out to sea, and we're going to give him an offer. He can become a loyal member of your crew, or he can
Offer
swim
he
home.
can't refuse.
Well, I'll tell you right now that we ain't interested in him becoming a part of our crew.
Well,
No, not. So that's not an option.
that's even better then. That narrows his choices ever so slightly.
All right, listen. I don't think he's from one of the other ships, from what I can tell. I don't recognize him. I certainly don't want one of the other five coming breathing down our necks if one of theirs goes missing. So, I say keep it quiet, but I'm pretty sure you've just dragged him through town in the eyes of everybody.
I'm relieving anyway.
If anything happens, I'm docking it from your pay, from what I owe you for this. You understand?
You hear that, Flick?
Hey, man.
Docking it from your pay.
If he causes any trouble, if anything goes wrong on this mission because of that lad there, it's on you.
You hear that, Dinar? It's on you.
The only trouble he's going to cause is maybe a little extra mopping, but
Well, you'll be the one doing the mopping.
Yes, and we'll be sure to feed him and take him on walkies. Can we please go now?
I don't care about that. I can't care less if you toss him overboard. I'm just saying that if anything comes back to us regarding him, I'll be pointing them straight to you.
I'm trying to remember. Does she know of the Runix complication? I don't remember.
She hasn't mentioned anything about.
Did we
Runix.
ask her about him? Yeah, it is.
Is there a reason you don't want to bring that up?
Greg, just because it's been a while, can you remind us why we're going to this boat again?
Because we need a boat.
Is
Yeah.
that we're just going to work as crew?
So she represents Ship Boon,
Mm-hmm.
and when you had gone to Boon, the house there, her and her brother had met you, and sort of indicated that Captain Boon was safe. They're the ones who gave you the stone.
The standing stones, yeah.
To
All right,
to
so
reach
they at
him
least
and-
know that he's lying low for us.
So they'd mentioned that Boone is safe, but that he's going to be holed up for a while. So you would need to find work elsewhere on a ship, and they happen to have some work available.
Okay, so this isn't like we're not doing a specific quest or mission here. We're joining a crew of a ship that's already going out.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, you don't.
I just couldn't recall
know
if there was
that,
like
but-
if we had a specific objective, like a retrieval or something that we had
We
to do.
might find out soon.
Well, yeah, and that's maybe that's part of it, but I just couldn't remember.
Part of the agreement was that if you're interested, you would come to the ship, and they kind of fill you in on what was happening.
Yeah, so part of the reason that Captain Boon's lying low is this jackass named Runix.
Oh, for the love of...
And this is one of
Say
his...
no more. I get it. I understand. That bastard. All right. He's one of his lackeys then, is he?
Yep. Gonna try and squeeze some info out of him, and if not, he's swimming home.
If not, we'll be sure to squeeze other things out of him instead.
All right, tell you what. If you do manage to get any useful information out of him about Runix's operations or anything useful, I'll pay extra. As many would love to get their hands on him, and not in a friendly way.
Well, here's the thing. When you fight him, sometimes he just turns into a puddle of goo.
I've heard rumors.
So that's happened before.
Well, there's been talk about him disappearing or being in two places at once, or there's lots of rumors about him. So I'm not surprised that what you found when you encountered him wasn't on the up and up.
That's unsettling.
Aye. Tell me about it.
Not fully unexpected.
Does he have a history of doing the magics, or is this like a hired service?
Yeah, I can't quite say. Truth be told, Boone would be able to tell you. I mean, everybody calls him Boone. We know him as Connor. He'd be able to tell you a lot more about it. But you have to ask him about it. But anyways, you find out any more information, you let me know, and we can swap what we know, help each other out. And like I said, there'll be some extra coin in it for you. How does that sound?
Extra coin always sounds good.
I assume so. Now, before you get on board, is there any sort of work that you four are not keen on?
Yes.
Yeah.
Keep in mind that obviously we don't deal in slavery or raiding or any sort of that. So that's
a good start.
Good start, yeah.
I will.
If I may also add,
down anyone who did that. Aye.
no killing of unarmed opponents.
Yeah.
That's a
No attacking civilian territories.
Yeah. You got any of that steal from the rich, give to the poor job?
And also
Not
no
really.
desecration of religious temples or other places of worship.
Fine.
What if they be evil temples
That's fine. That's good. We're good with that.
to like dark gods and the like?
That's
That
fine.
is for religious philosophers to discern on their own. I will take no part in it.
Yeah. We're fine raiding
Interesting.
any kinds of tombs or crypts or temples or churches, whatever.
All right. Well, we won't be doing any of that. Come aboard, and we'll tell you what Ship Boon is up to. And she points to a small vessel, smaller than what you're used to. It appears to be a ketch, which is sort of a smaller sailing ship, not quite as large as what you've been on before, and seems to be small enough to be crewed by, well, you. And she brings you aboard. You don't see any other crew around, actually. And she kind of comes up on the deck, and you see along the side where did I put that name now? Adventure Dancer. The Stormcaller is the name of the vessel. And she kind of motions to just sit with some crates and stuff around. Now, I don't know how much you all know about dwarves in these parts here.
They're short.
bit.
But short joke. Clever. Hey, Flick, I'm sure you get a lot of that from these blokes, don't you?
I've learned to just let it go right over my head.
It goes both
Yeah.
ways.
I think I liked you guys.
Well, I, for one, am glad that you're willing to be the bigger person about this.
Okay, let's keep it
Attaboy,
short
short.
here, guys. You know, before the deluge, millennia ago, that created these seas, this was all land. This is all the western part of the great continent. We dwarves had a stronghold here. Needless to say that when the floods came and the islands were created and lots of the land was lost to the depths, it was too. We've been searching for it. We're pretty sure that it's nearabouts. Oddly enough, somewhere close to Porto de Arias, and we've been sending out diving teams, excavations, and looking for any signs of ruins of dwarven architects, that sort of thing. How do you feel about underwater excursions?
Torque's your man.
I happen to
Pretty sure it's a
have
turtle, but
some
Is this-
past experience at the bottom of the sea.
These ruins that you speak of, do they encompass
Hey.
all of the sea or just this particular aspect of the sea?
this is a very localized sort of thing. We've got created sort of a grid map, as it were, of the seas right around the island here, based on some old maps that we found. We've already had a few crews that have gone out and dived down to a few spots and kind of crossed them off the list as no-goes. But there's still a few places that we have yet to look that could be promising.
Do you know anything about the seafloor ruins of the more northern seas?
Afraid not.
Carry on.
So no
you
sucking
just
holes and
staring at it?
tentacle monsters. That's not what we're looking for here.
Well, I can't say that we've come across anything like that yet. I mean, there's dangers, of course. These are the seas, these are the oceans. There's all
That's
manner
life.
of creature and thing that live down there that
Yeah,
aren't exactly friendly, but you know,
there certainly are.
But anyway,
ancient ruins at the bottom of the water hold all kinds of interesting creatures, I hear.
Indeed,
Have you heard the story of Flick and the Tentacle?
I'm sure I will one day.
It's not a story you tell when there are children present.
Right. Well, how about you save it until you come back and we've got time to sip a few pints?
Until we come back. Wait a minute, you're not coming with us?
No.
Yeah.
I got business here to do.
Who's the captain of this ship?
Whichever one of you wants to be.
I nominate Dinar.
It's a small ship. It's a catch.
Second,
Catch is
Dinar.
easy enough to sail. It's a small enough ship that's a lot of you. I mean, you've sailed with Captain Boon, which tells me that you've got at least some sailing experience. And from what I gather, you, Mr. Dragonborn, were a part of the Navy, right? So,
That's
I mean, it's not like none of you have no experience. So, you're not going out into deep, deep waters. You're staying pretty close to shore around the islands here.
Do we get to name the ship?
Yes, I would also like to nominate a name if we are to be reclaiming this vessel.
Well, I mean, you're borrowing it for now. It's a Stormcaller. Tell you what, if you're successful and you do well for us, and perhaps if it comes time that the ship might be reacquisitioned by yourselves, then feel free to call it whatever you want. But for the time being, it's the Stormcaller.
Steve.
We need to track it for our ledgers, and like we need to know what ships are out and where who's aboard.
Yeah, that stuff.
So if you were to rename it, and you came back in with a ship with a name we didn't recognize.
Yeah, it makes sense. Think about it, Dinar. Captain Dinar of the Stormcaller. Or, if you play your cards right, Captain Dinar of the Radiant Scales.
I mean, I like the second one a whole lot better.
Well,
as long as we are pitching names, I actually had one that it was actually inspired by you, Talon. I took great inspiration from watching you command your parrot, and so I would like to ask Dinar how we would feel about being the captain of Talon's Little Willie.
You see, have actually like totally face palms. You're just like, right.
You knew what you were getting into when you hired people that Captain Boon hired.
Listen. Feel free to brainstorm any names you want while you're out there doing the job. Now, aboard,
it says on the side of the ship, but in our hearts.
Aboard, you will find all the gear that you need. There's a diving bell.
Magic swords?
Well, I mean, I'm not providing magic weapons for you.
I wouldn't say all the gear we need.
What, you naked coming aboard? You got nothing with you? No adventuring gear?
Let her talk.
Sorry, is that a requirement?
I got a sword.
Being naked? No, please stay closed. But there's a diving bell. There's rations, all the like that's stored up for you. Now, if you've got any sort of magic that'll aid you in going underwater and the like, that's that'll be good for you. But essentially, what you'll be doing is be giving you a map, and you'll see the locations that are marked that haven't been explored yet. Take your pick.
Oh God!
Find a location, explore it. If you don't find the ruins, move on. If you do, you come back and you tell us right away.
Right away? Okay.
Hey, you can go in the entry, find the entry, see if it's guarded, see perhaps what may in, but don't go in.
Guarded?
Well, I mean, who knows?
That was a very specific word.
I'm sorry, have you never been in a dungeon before? Yes. Have you never got an adventure, and have you never found some ruin out in the wilds and what, you expect it to just be empty and walk in and be like, oh, I'm sure there's nobody living here, and nobody's taking a home here at all.
Guarded or inhabited?
I would like to attempt to put a hand over Talon's mouth and just say, Miss Stonegrinder, what you have provided will be more than adequate for us.
Wonderful. Well, the ship's yours for now. Any untoward damage will be cut from what we'll be paying you, of course. Now, any treasure you happen to find.
It's okay, I know mending.
Any treasure you happen to find, if you're up there scavenging and you find a spot where there aren't any ruins and you find a wreck or you find something else, whatever, that's yours for the taking. Okay, that's we've got other scavenging and salvage crews out there. Your job is to find the ruins. So anything else you find, consider that a bonus.
Neat.
But if you wreck the ship, well, don't expect us to be paying you much, if anything, if you come back without a ship.
That seems
less than a reasonable. Whole one. You kidding?
All right.
All right. Well, good luck.
Does the ship need to be seaworthy?
That's sort of implied.
Okay. I just thought I would check.
Yeah, we've had experience.
I don't really have too much of a timetable on this. There's not too much of a timetable on this, but we will know if you go dilly-dallying about and taking the ship elsewhere. So please stick to the job that you've been assigned. Of course, you can come into port and rest as need be. I'm assuming that you're not going to go find it on your first day. That would be strange bout of luck. That would be.
Let's do it.
But
First day.
good luck.
Much obliged.
It's like she gives like a weak kind of salute to just like the four of you in general, like, and just walks off the ship.
Uh-oh, what are we gonna do, guys? DM is giving us choices. We have
Taylor.
choices now.
Say, no, I don't want choices. Just tell us
I
what
don't
to do.
want choices.
Tayland, a moment of your time.
I have nothing but time.
What would you say to a friendly wager of sorts?
I say you're on.
I have not yet
Like
stated
you
the terms.
You don't even know what it's for.
For a second there, I thought you said you're wrong. I said you're wrong. What?
Name your price and terms.
This excursion to discover these ruins, it will, based on our past experiences, no doubt be fraught with peril.
What makes you say that?
I imagine that several hostile creatures await us in whatever this undertaking may entail.
Bit of a pessimist, aren't you?
What say that whoever can claim the most confirmed kills before returning to Porto Darius gets exclusive naming rights for the Stormcaller?
Oh, hell yeah.
Denar's just gonna look down at Flick and roll his eyes.
Very
Oh,
well.
yeah.
It's a bet.
Yeah.
By the time we return to Porto Darius, we will be arriving on Talen's Little Willie.
We need to change. We need to spend a night. I have spells to rearrange. Can we gain a level sometime between now and when we come back? So I guess some third level spells.
It's at this point that
Oh, damn.
you do notice that your captured thug is stirring.
Oh, yeah, this guy.
Get him on the
Right.
ship.
Quiet, you. We got important business here. Anyway, D. Everyone knows the captain's the one who names the ship, so yeah. Aye, skipper. We good.
Okay,
Skipper.
Good to know.
Captain on the bridge!
At ease, Tayland.
Aha!
All right, we have a direction. We've got this guy we got to interrogate. Why don't we get out on the seas, start making our way, and then we'll wake this guy up. Who's good
Set
with the sails?
sail, Mr. Flick.
Flick's
Right.
got the sails.
Sure. Totally remember. It's kind of weird. It's the wrong angle for me. I'm usually seeing it from above, but I'm sure I can handle this.
Yeah, I feel like this is more of a Torque thing. and Flick should be up at the front.
Set
With an
sail,
eyeglass.
Mr. Torque.
Am I at the helm? Am I steering? What's going on here?
You're on the sails.
That's the captain's job.
Okay. Torque will hoist some sails.
Hope is now before us, and misery at aft. I could
Taylan,
not care the lesser.
Taylan, hang on. I believe you'll find a mop and bucket. I need you to clean the deck. You could sing while you do it, but look at the deck. It's a mess.
My clever lad, and listen close to me. Learn my ways, and soon one day a captain you shall be.
All right, so can you guys see that image there?
Yes.
Mm.
Yes.
So this is your catch.
Wow, that's
This
a lot of
one color.
cannons.
I was going to say, that's a lot.
So there are 6 cannons. They are small, considered small guns.
I'm
so
just
6
still in me.
pounders.
That's 6 more cannons than we had before.
What's that on the poop deck? Is that like the winch for the bathysphere?
That is for the diving bell. Yeah.
Very
so
cool. Very cool.
It's got a big winch with a very thick rope attached to it.
It's got to be thick to hold torque.
That's hot.
And it's got
That's hot.
And it's got a big diving bell kind of helmet thing, whatever that hangs off the back of it. You do see some like pulleys and things that you could attach salvage to haul up, that kind of thing as well. So there seems to be various types of equipment specifically intended for underwater exploration and salvaging.
Okay.
There's a single hold below decks for cargo and ammo and the likes. And then there's sort of the cabin is split into two. There's a galley on one side that's got a table that you guys can sit in there, stuff like that. There is a captain's lounge at the very back. There's just got a bed, single desk, that kind of thing, and then a secondary sleeping quarters with 5 beds in as well. So it looks like there can between 6 and 10 crew total could be on board, but it's small enough, and the rigging and stuff is straightforward enough that the 4 of you can essentially sail this for its intended purposes.
This ship is big enough to pick up a new lefty and shorty.
Reading my mind, Captain D.
All right, why don't we throw our captured prisoner here in the galley, wait for him to wake up. Make sure he's secured. Tie up his legs.
Throw him in the brig until he's sober. Put him in the brig until he's sober. Put him in the brig until he's sober.
Early in the morning.
Do we have a brig?
That's what you do with a captured sailor.
Personally, I'd say we lash him to the mast so that we can keep eyes on him while we're doing
You don't have a brig,
like
but I mean, you have a hold, and you have a room that could be secured, but
Cargo hold will do.
But he is stirring. He is
If we put
in
him in
the
the
process
diving
of
bell,
waking. So.
You could do
just
that, yeah.
kind of trail him behind. We'll send him in to see if he can find the ruins, like canary in the coal mine.
So as you're kind of discussing what to do with him, he's like, all right. All right, what's this?
Flick is right there. Just a tap, tap, tap.
What's this about?
Morning, sweetheart. How you doing?
Yeah. You're right, trying to piss Runix off, aren't you?
Oh, yes.
You don't need to worry about that. Runix is dead. And then I look at...
No, you can't kill Runix.
He does know things. He knows things, guys.
Yes, he does.
You can't kill Runix. Nobody kills Runix. He's unkillable.
Oh,
Trust me.
no one's unkillable.
All
Least
right,
of all
Joe.
you.
Let's
How do you
lay
know?
out some ground rules.
Have you met
here.
everyone?
Not yet.
Ground rules are you,
What do you
Mr.
want?
Chained Up Fella. You start answering questions or you're swimming home. We like your answers, you stay aboard the ship. Pretty
Throw
straightforward.
me overboard. Ain't getting nothing from me.
We already know that Runix is unkillable. You know more about him than we do, so start dishing.
Just how
I see
unkillable
some
is
sharks.
he? How unkillable is this Runix? Give us a story to make us, wish we'd never ever decided to anger such a being of immense power and charisma.
My mother told me one day I would buy.
Oh, I
He
know
just
this one.
starts singing.
Galley
He just, like-
with good oars.
He just completely ignores you.
sail
Just
to
starts.
distant shores.
Hey, Torque, remind me, how easy is it to swim with a broken leg?
Noble Margeist here.
Not especially.
Right.
Human.
Torque, break his leg, please.
I don't think you're Captain Flick.
Yeah, but somehow I ended up in charge of the interrogation because I got here first. So
Listen,
unless
lads.
you guys are pulling me off,
Hey, you want information? I'll tell you this much. There ain't nothing you can do to me that's more fearsome than what Runix can do. You want to kill me? Go ahead and kill me. You want to torture me? Do your worst. I ain't spilling.
what you
That's
have to say to that,
confusing
Flick?
to
I
me.
want to give an insight on that
Yeah.
Sure. Go for it.
and see how much of this is true, how much of it is bluster, because either he's trying to put on a brave face, or Runix just freaks him out that
if
much.
it really comes to it, I've got beguiling magic. We can give that a shot.
No.
Big 4.
Seems legit.
No, he's unreadable.
Do we want to try?
He's clearly had training for this sort of thing.
Do we want to try beguiling? All it does is it makes him friendly to me for as long as I keep singing.
You know what might be fun is if we each take turns, because I feel like we're talking over each other right now. So maybe we let Tailing go first, and if that doesn't work, then we just rotate in someone else. Everyone gets a turn.
I've definitely set the stage as bad cop, so I will storm off. And all right, Tayland, he's all yours, buddy.
Once and I was in Eastholt, and had a lass so fair. Eyes cerulean blue,
Right.
golden, glistening hair.
I would like to cast Unearthly Chorus.
Singing here.
Unearthly chorus.
Okay. Unudorn. Udornly.
Unudornly.
Chorus. Unudorn. Chorus.
He will need to make a charisma save.
Alrighty. Rolling physical dice because I can.
Sure.
Well, that's a 3
Hey.
plus irrelevant, so
So Flick is going
He's
to post
gonna
up
fail.
somewhere
yeah.
looking busy, but he's going to keep an eye on things. So he's going to be seeing how truthful this guy's going to be with.
A young boy I was, barely out of my home. I stepped to the world with a meaning to roam. I signed with a captain who promised me gold, an adventure to quicken the heart of the bold.
I like that song.
So, he is
That's good.
now beguiled, meaning that he's friendly, and I can make deception and persuasion checks with advantage. So
Aye.
I am now going to make an attempt. Also, I can make performance checks with advantage, but you know. I would now like to attempt to perhaps start inventing lyrics that sort of hint at some information we might want, and then see if he finishes them, but without my help. There's a little bit of charming magic going on here, so it's not just that we're singing, and there is like some things into the lyrics.
Interesting. All right. To see how well you can craft these lyrics, I will have a performance check.
Well, isn't it just great? I have advantage on those.
Yeah. You're performing improv here.
And also, let me just say, I ain't no slouch in the area of performance.
You're spitting freestyle here, so
Dropping some
fair.
bars.
You know, I'll take.
Somebody give me a beat.
I'll take the second 15.
Not the first one. The second.
No, not the first one. I don't. The first one's giving me shifty eyes. God, I rolled 2 9s. What is this nonsense?
Okay. He seems pretty amiable, and gets caught up in the song, and you gather from the fact that he started singing that he is somebody who appreciates a tune, a fellow lover of music such as yourself, and kind of appreciates the chance to drop some freestyle shanties a bit here, and kind of joins in with you. I'll say that to round things up a bit. So you learn that his name is Brenner. And he's not like high ranking in Runix's crew, but he's essentially what amounts to a lieutenant. So he would be one who kind of leads crews on various jobs, overseas tasks, that sort of inner circle type thing. Not right at the top of the food chain, as it were, but kind of in the middle management, perhaps. You can think of it that way. He kind of feeds in this idea of Runix's nature, and you actually gather that he really doesn't know much more than sort of the rumors themselves, and the fact that, you know, Runix does seem to have these simulacrum that he's able to inhabit, and that there are several of them. But as to Runix himself, his true nature, he really actually doesn't know. There's not information there he can give you, and it seems that that's something that is kind of withheld or hidden even from those who work for Runix. He does use a word that you haven't heard referred to individuals before. He calls Runix a fractured. Says he's one of the fractured. As far as he can tell.
Oh,
That's about as much as you get out of him.
Right.
Oh, sounds like Talen's done. All right, Brenner. Sorry, I will defer to. Hey, Skipper, what are we doing with this useless pile of garbage now?
Hey,
I mean, prisoner.
I just sang a good song with your friend here. I mean,
He does have a pretty good voice. We did great harmony.
Yes, it was lovely and informative. We appreciate it.
I do like taking the alto parts in there, you know, getting there.
Torque, you got anything you want from this guy?
It sounds like we already have everything we need.
That sounds about right.
I mean, we've established that he is an imbecile and knows nothing. I don't think he's any further use to us. But then again, killing an unarmed...
remark.
At the same time, though, killing an unarmed, defenseless imbecile does not presently sit right with me.
You want to fight? I'll fight you.
That would make me feel better, yes.
Give me a sword. We'll have a go. You and me, big one.
Torque looks at the others.
Flick.
Sure you got some soft spots under that Shelly horse.
What do you say? Five gold on Torque.
You got to give me odds.
All right, fine. I'll bet 5 gold on the man with the golden voice. Here, have a rapier, sir.
Rapier? Prefer a saber normally, but pointy end still works.
Torque just shrugs. Apparently we're doing this now.
Am I supposed to fight with these on?
Absolutely.
That's not a fair fight.
We have some manacles
on
for
your friend there, then.
We have some manacles for Torque.
We're pirates. Did you expect us to be fair?
You're not pirates. I'm a pirate. You hate pirates.
Let him out.
Yeah, let him out.
Fine.
You heard the captain.
I will undo the manacles.
Oh.
I would love to subtly shank him while I'm doing it, just to make sure that he is still disadvantaged in the fight.
This is a fair fight, Flick. Actually, no. Can I roll perception to see if he's doing that?
Give me a sleight of hand first.
Sleight of hand. Yeah,
versus Torque's perception here, yeah.
Beautiful. Sleight of hand. Here we go. Hacha.
Skadoosh.
Oh, son of a...
So you go to shank him, and you see Torque just looking right at you.
Slowly shake my head.
The knife just sort of spins in my hands like, you gotta try, right?
And just to be on the safe side, I am going to ready a Dissonant Whispers spell in case he tries anything funny.
All right.
Okay, define.
Shackles,
considering it's a readied action, define funny. What's your trigger?
I mean, if he attacks anybody who's not Torque or Flick, I you know what? The first attack on Flick, I'll give him. If he goes for a second attack on Flick, then I'll
Okay.
Basically, if I in any way believe that he is, instead of doing this as a legitimate fight, he is attempting to not necessarily not basically if he looks like he's not going to do what the fight is. If he attacks us.
The first rule of Yacht Club is don't talk about Yacht Club.
That's right.
Yeah, if he attacks anybody who's not Torque, then I will make his brain explode.
Okay. So he takes the rapier and kind of looks at it and gives it a couple swipes.
It's a good rapier.
All right, big man. Let's do this. And he just takes the rapier and like
yeah, there it is.
Rides it right up through under his chin and just like impales himself on it. And just kind of as he's gurgling, he just winks and goes, "This is gonna kill you all."
Now, Torque, that counts as mine.
Drops on the ground on the deck.
My rapier,
just standing there looking very confused.
My rapier, his blood. That's my kill. I'm 1-0.
You know what, Tayland? You're absolutely right. That's your kill. Clean the
Captain
deck.
says so. We're good to go.
Clean the deck.
Clean the deck.
Torque is just going to be
sir.
there. Today has been such a disappointment.
That's awesome.
Knew he was gonna do that.
Oh man.
Oh,
Knew he was gonna stab himself.
I figured he was gonna do something like that. So I'm like, here, use it. Here, have my rapier, just in case.
I'd say like you can kind of insight the situation. He figured he was more or less dead anyways.
I mean, yeah, I figured there's no way he's gonna get out of this. So
He's like, in his mind, if he goes back to Runix, he's dead. If he fights you, he's dead.
I mean, if he gave us a good fight, I was going to offer him a job, but
He wouldn't have taken it. You definitely, there was, even though he gave some information, there was, in that initial statement that he's more afraid of Runix. There's definitely a ring of truth to that.
well, I mean, I believe him.
He's far more afraid of betraying or even anything Runix would do than death. He'd rather take death. And he seems to be very genuine in that fact.
I mean, we've already killed him
Point that
once. What's a few more times? You know what they say, practice makes perfect.
Yeah.
I just sweep him into the ocean.
Good. Now
Okay.
that that's dealt with, I guess let's take a look at where we want to head.
All right. So in the galley, on the table, you do find a map that is laid out for you. And there's even a little wooden carved catch that has very finely engraved on the storm collar, very precise engraving. It's impeccable craftsmanship. This little model and as you look at it, you kind of look at the ship, it's incredibly detailed. But it seems to come from just one like small piece of wood that's been carved and marked around the island. So as you can see, there are a number of spaces that have been X'd out. So these are there's a note kind of to the side, a legend. These are places that have already been explored, excavated, what have you, and are not the location of the ruins. The others aren't. So the O's, they're not like this is where something is. They're essentially the best guesses based on the information that Ship Boon has been able to dig up regarding the lost stronghold over the years. So there's no guarantee, and this is all written in a note. It's not a guarantee that one of these will be, but as it stands right now, based on the current information they have, these are
Their best guesses.
good possibilities. Yeah. So it's entirely up to you where you want to head.
And just refresh me, we scuttled the Intrepid Devil here, right?
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, it's just off, like kind of offshore.
My personal inkling would be to head to the closest one first, and then continue sort of counterclockwise around the island.
That was my thought.
I mean, might as well be
Give us a heading, Captain.
Might as well be thorough about it.
Systematic. That's the key.
I mean, I'm looking at this map. I'm most interested in the one that's over here. But yes, we should do.
Why?
Some of the, I don't know. There's something about that island, that little one, the location. That one's that. I feel good about that one.
The big one looks like a banana and he's hungry.
I was going to say, it kind of looks like a winking eye, maybe, but sure.
Yeah.
It's not here.
Yeah. It's being subtle.
But yes, let's
Subtle geography about it. That's it.
let's be thorough about this. We could start down here.
Look for the island shaped like a dwarf. some such nonsense, right?
So are the X's ones that have been confirmed false?
Yeah.
Or
Yes.
confirmed to not hold? Okay.
Yeah, so those are ones where crews have gone and have explored, have salvaged, and have not turned up.
Just
All right,
say-
guys,
ruins.
let's
You don't know
waste
if you might have
everyone's
found
time.
wrecks, shipwrecks, or anything
Let's
else there. You
go
don't
to
have the
all
details
the
as to what's there.
X's, and we're gonna search that place for the next 3 hours, just because.
Listen, I needed to it threw me for a loop because X usually marks the spot, not where the spot isn't. So I just
Yes,
Never,
the red
ever
means
marks the
stop and
spot.
green means go. So that's right. X never marks the spot. That's true.
I'm thinking with my nautical brain.
Yeah.
We have a treasure map, boys.
We have. Yeah, sure. Let's start with this one.
Hope is now before us and misery adaft. We could not care the lesser for the men who say you're daft. So let the howling winds blow in and
Okay.
take hold of the mast. Release the wheel and all your sins, for you are free at last.
So
Onward!
that location is you do have a what do they call that? A sextant. You have a few different tools for kind of measuring distance and stuff beside you there, and you kind of mark out based on the distance and location. It'll take you probably about between 4 and 6 hours to get to that location.
Interesting about that.
You are on a small ship, so you do realize that you're not quite as well equipped for open water, high speed as the Intrepid Devil, but it's a good ship.
You know what's interesting about that is a lot of those nautical navigation tools were primarily used because the maps were not sized correctly because the world is round. And on
Yep.
Eudora, the world is indeed flat. So a
It
lot
is.
of those nautical tools would actually not necessarily be needed. It'd be
Well,
a lot
they work-
it'd be a lot easier to chart.
It's
It'd
true.
be way
Use a-
easier to chart.
A
Well,
ruler
they're-
rather than a sextant is what you
Fantasy versions that work different. Shut up. There we go. It's a dwarven thing that makes sense in there. So yeah,
Just need a ruler.
it's a friggin' ruler. Okay, with a fancy name on it.
It's a slide rule.
A distance finder.
They don't actually use it to measure distance. They like just making the little man walk around on the map.
That's literally what they do. Yeah, you pretend like, oh, let's go for a walk, kid.
Well, 4 to
Okay.
6 hours, we got some work ahead of us. So, Torque, I'm putting you on sails. Flick, I want you watching up front. Tayland,
Let's
let's see what kind of food we got in this galley here. See if you can whip up a
Oh,
snack for
boy.
us, a little midday snack.
Are we sure we want
Flick
him
cooking
to
for you.
cook for us?
I'd advise against that, sir.
everything you get is just like green and rotten. It's like,
Did I say Flick? I meant Tayland. Sorry, Tayland.
I'd advise against that as
Sorry.
well, sir.
Flick is on lookout duty. Tayland, check through this galley, see if they've got some snacks.
I have a
Liquid
feeling that
lunch
Torque would probably be
incoming.
like the best cook amongst you. I don't
Torque
know
would
why.
probably be the best cook, but I'm
Torque-
looking for
I mean,
some-
Torque
Torque
is-
did have to. Torque
Torque is definitely the best cook.
he had to cook for himself for 12 years, living off the land. You know,
but Torque
All
is
he ate
also
was
the
bark. Really.
strongest.
Tayland lived off like rats and stuff for like most of his life, and then everything else has been cooked for him. I'll see what I can do.
Thank you.
There you go. All right. So as you head out on the Stormcaller to your first destination, let's go ahead and take a break there, and we'll be back shortly for some treasure ruin something hunting.
talking about snacks is making me snacky now.
I know.
That and the fish oil.
Not the fish oil, no.
You back soon?
No.
I don't really think that disco is Flick's scene though. I don't see Flick being a disco guy.
Strikes me as more of like a polka enthusiast.
Polka.
Polka. I don't. Okay. I mean, I know he likes the poke thing, but I wasn't gonna go with there, but disco not so much.
Mm.
Maybe Dinar is more disco because he's got the glimmer. He is a disco ball.
I just find out that Flick is just really into like smooth jazz.
Welcome back. These are things that we talk about. We're talking about disco and reminiscing.
I bet Flick's a big ska guy.
Yeah, there we go.
Well, yeah. Speaking of Operation Ivy, a little punk ska action going on. Be great.
There you go. That's right. He's got like baggy pants, everything. Yeah, wonderful.
He has the little shoes with the checkerboard pattern on them. They've never come up in story yet.
That's right. We never had reason to talk about them. All right, welcome back. We pick up as the Stormcaller heads south of Porto to Arias to investigate their first chosen potential location for the sunken dwarven ruins, or whatever you might find.
Or treasure.
Or treasure. I mean, I don't know. I guess we'll see.
Going
See what
on a
happens.
treasure hunt. Gonna get a big one.
Dinar could really use some treasure.
I'm not scared.
He's down to his last 8 gold. We never got paid by Jorand, right? Were we supposed to be paid by Jorand?
He paid us in a free scry.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just couldn't remember if there was actual.
No, that was. I think that was he was gonna scribe for you guys.
Yeah, and
I
he
can't
did.
remember if there was.
He
There
did.
was something else.
I think that was part of the inspiration for snooping around his tower a little bit.
We saw a spooky scuba diver who found a magic sword that is somehow related to Talon's backstory. Yes.
What?
That was Talon's. Yeah.
He's treasure hunting just like we are. He's going down to the surface and getting stuff.
May or may not
Totally.
be from a whaling ship. I'm taking notes.
You're learning many things. He
You're
knows
taking
too
notes
much.
here.
He knows too much. Take him out.
All right. So the first thing that I need, I'm gonna go with the captain for this one.
All right.
I need you to roll a D100 for me, please, as you set
D100.
sail.
Mike rolling a D100 never ends well for
I was
anybody.
gonna say
I mean, it ends.
there was one
ends with a
time.
Mike.
One time that was
Ship Boon's all
spectacular.
That's true. There was one time it was amazing.
That's right.
And,
All right.
and like 30 times it was awful.
Okay, I rolled a 40 and a 3, so 43.
43. Okay. As you sail towards this fairly large island in the distance, actually, it's on the map. It's looks smaller, but it's actually larger than the
On the
port
map,
itself.
our ship looks way bigger than it actually is.
Oh, of course, yeah. Nothing's to scale. So it's quite a large island. Torque, you're on watch, right? I believe that was the.
Yes.
Torque's on sails, Flick's on watch.
Oh,
Talon's
yes.
on
Yes.
snack duty.
Right. Okay.
I'm hoisting sails.
Flick, you notice there's a group of about 24 small-ish shapes that seem to kind of come up alongside the ship and
Here we
kind of
go.
staying beneath the water, just following along, kind of darting underneath the ship, and they'll come back. Big school of something, yeah.
Are they
Hard to make out what they are under the water as the water's moving, but
size-wise? Like, are we talking big fish?
small.
Small? Okay.
They'd be small to tiny even. They're not large. There's a lot of them. They kind of form like a school and they're just like swimming along. They give me a perception check actually.
Insignificant, I think.
Hey, I'm being
Good old 20.
They don't appear to be fish. Their shape doesn't quite match what you'd assume to be fish.
Biologically speaking, there is no such thing as fish.
So anyway, they're they don't look fish like. There's
What
Yeah,
do
hard
they
to tell.
look like? Are they like humanoid shaped or
They're like
octopus shaped?
strange, like almost like pudgy little looking creatures. They've got fins from the back. They're kicking around, and they're they don't look like arms, but they're kind of a little bit longer, almost looking like arm-like fins at the top. But their heads are like rounded. You don't see like fish or dolphin snouts or anything like that. They're just these weird little pudgy shapes.
Jellyfish fish.
Hey, Skipper, you ever seen any of these, what we call it, sea babies here?
Can you eat them?
I mean, they're doing the dolphin thing where they're playing in the pressure wake, but yeah, I don't know.
No, Flick, you're not the person I want to answer that question.
I mean, obviously they're edible, but
Well, yeah. Tayland, why don't you come and take the wheel and I'll go take a look.
All right.
Dinar will pass the wheel over to Tayland.
Here you go.
Seems
Crap, we needed that.
And then I'll go up to the front. Assuming I see these creatures, are they something that I recognize?
You can give me a nature check, please. Actually,
I'm good at nature.
I found me some cohorts, the bravest and true. No captain was prouder to call such men crew. They could rally a cry and the battle was won. I'd face off a cannon if they but looked on.
he's not talking about these guys.
Should I use my inspiration? I rolled a 1.
Not
roll
on
the 1
this.
for a total of 5.
Dude, not on this.
Until they come out of the water and murder us all.
Yes, then use it.
I rolled a 5 total. 1 plus 4.
You have no idea what these are.
I got no idea what these are, Flick. Never seen them before in my life.
That's okay. Why don't you go, take a look at what I got to work with downstairs. Give me some requests.
I want it to be edible, that's all.
Well,
How long have these things been following us, Flick?
I don't know. I spotted them a couple minutes ago. They're keeping their distance. They're playing in the pressure wake. I'll see if any of them are biting. Look around for some fishing rods, I guess.
Okay, there's fishing gear aboard.
I mean, what's the worst that can happen, right? Bzzz.
Go ahead and roll. Just give me a dexterity. D20 plus your dexterity.
Dexterity check coming up. Pow. Ooh, solid 7.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. So you tossed the line in. You didn't quite give it enough slack, and so it just kind of bobs like above the surface, not quite splashing in. You're like, oh. But as it bobs there, one of them does like something kind of break the water, and as it breaks the water, you can see now that it does have arms, and what you saw were like these fins that were kind of protruding from these very small little arms, and its face is kind of flat, not what you would expect. It looks like it's like some sort of humanoid's not the right word, but there's less beast here and more intelligent creature with arms, and as it kind of jumps out of the water and it grabs on to the bobber and just kind of looks up at you and just kind of gives a little smile, like pulls like playfully at it, like just kind of hangs on it for a second, just like, and then drops into the water.
Sea babies, all right. So in my mind, I am seeing like basically like gray aliens, but with fins.
It's like aquatic porg, basically.
Yep. All right.
well, they are edible.
Yeah, but you got to catch them. They're wily.
Is that something we really want to attempt?
I don't know, something to kill the time.
Well, I suppose. I mean, they seem mildly intelligent, though.
I mean, so did that other guy, but we let him kill it.
You didn't eat him though.
Didn't let me.
watch Flicker on the corpses.
I don't know. What do you
After
think? What do you think, Torque?
after a few minutes of you, as you guys are deliberating, they just kind of like scatter off and
Well, as
go
usual,
find something else to entertain themselves.
as usual, you have all spent too much time deliberating, and so the decision has been made for you.
Jumps the eel with a slippery tail, climbs up aloft the reefs and the topsail.
Which, as far as I'm concerned, is of no concern. They look rather rubbery and unpalatable to me.
Maybe a delicacy for Flick.
I was gonna say that it looked extra chewy. That's grand.
Yeah, everything that's not normal food is a delicacy for Flick. What is it? A shoe? I'll try it. Try anything once. All right. The rest of your voyage to this location goes rather uneventful.
I would not consider my singing uneventful, thank you.
I'll leave that up to your crewmates, I suppose. Whether it's a tune joke at this point or not.
Heave a polo, heave away, way, hey, roll and go.
Now, who would like to make the next roll for me? Do we want to let the captain do this, or
I don't know.
I need
No,
so as you approach?
Am I still at the helm?
No, definitely not.
Oh. I would like to say that the entire time I was at the helm, I was making a very heroic Captain Morgan pose.
In fact, I'll say that after booting you off the helm, I've made you switch with Torque, and now Torque is taking a rest. Maybe taking a look for snacks.
Oh, I'm gonna be too busy to sing.
Can I roll survival to look for snacks?
Sure. You don't need to roll for it. They're pretty well labeled in the hold. Like, this is where the food is.
Well,
there is
Kaylin
some
never found it.
there's some jerky. Some rations. Most of what is on there. It looks like there's
I scraped some stuff out of a corner and put that in a jar labeled for Flick.
Yeah.
Any fruits? Any citrus?
There's a few days worth of like fresh food.
Gotta keep away the scurvy.
But most of it is like, hardtack, jerky.
Yeah.
There is like salted meats. Like
Salted pork.
preserved fish, things like that. So
Torque will sequester away some of the choice cuts for himself, and then grab the next best stuff and take that upstairs.
I'll know you did that.
grabs like the 2-week-old stuff. This is fresh.
On long voyages, ships would often stack giant turtles upside down and store them for both food and water, as they are the most delicious of all sea creatures.
Well, we won't be doing that.
You could certainly try.
And thus ends the campaign. As
If he
Torque
attempts
murders everybody.
if he attempts to push me over, I can tell him where his rapier will be next and won't be in his throat.
I vote Flick to make the
Ouch.
next call because he's on lookout duty. Or the next roll, sorry.
All right.
All right, go ahead and roll me a d12, please.
12.
No modifiers, just straight d12.
Big ol' one.
Wow, 1. Okay.
It's good, right?
No,
One is always good.
It doesn't not necessarily good or bad. Okay, so you've reached the location that is marked on the map. And it's fairly calm waters. You're just kind of outside of the shallows. Yeah. I don't know how well it translates on Roll20 for you guys, but you can see sort of where the shallows are there. And then there's like the kind of the deeper water.
I can see that the water is darker, so yeah, that tracks.
Yeah, so where it gets darker, it's kind of deeper water. So the locations are all within sort of the shallower range before you get out into the deep ocean, and so this one's kind of on the edge. There seems to be a fairly sharp drop from where the shallows are on this island, and then it kind of drops off into the deep. And looking down into the water here, it's interesting. You can see coral. You can see a few different things kind of closer to the island. There doesn't really seem to be much that's obvious that would stand out as like a big, like, here lies the dwarven ruins. But there are some pockets and stuff sort of underneath a reef. You can tell, even just kind of looking through the fairly clear water, that there would be there would be a lot of places that something could hide, potentially. Could be hidden from sight. And so it is potentially worth investigating. So you have the diving bell. Theoretically, I'd say for Torque, it would just work for him, or you could fit two. Any of the rest of you, two of you could use it.
I mean,
basically, the way it works is it's not like a full enclosed thing that you go in. It's essentially like not a helmet. It's a little bit larger, and it's weighted so that you go in it, and as it goes under it, it preserves a pocket of air as you're kind of fastened in as it drops. And so there's enough space and air in there for two of you or one of Torque, but Torque doesn't really need it. So
my least favorite Assassin's Creed 4 mission. Cool. Yeah. Also, Torque can breathe underwater.
Yeah, I hated that thing.
Torque can breathe underwater. So any other two people who want to take that are welcome to.
Well, the other option is we could use that as a weight to get us down to the bottom. I could cast water breathing on all of us. So if we all wanted to go down, we could.
Safe enough to anchor here?
Yeah, if we anchor here and then use the bell as a means for the rest of us to get down to the ocean floor.
So the other option, sort of on that apparatus at the back there, so I'd mentioned before, there are hooks and the like that can be used for salvaging. So you can basically kind of take the bell off and attach like other things to it.
So if there's something we want to winch up from the bottom, we can use that.
Yeah. So it's interchangeable. You can use it for the bell. You can use it for a hook. You can use it for a few different things.
Yeah, well, obviously Torque is going down. Does anybody else want to go down?
I mean, sure.
You spent much time underwater there, Flick?
It's not that different.
I feel like someone should stay on top of the ship just in case pirates or something show up.
They'll come back up and it's like, hey.
This is our ship now, thank you.
So do we want to split 2 and 2?
For starters, sure, until one or the other of us gets into trouble.
Okay.
Or, depending on how long we plan to be down there, I could leave my familiar up here to keep an eye out.
It's true.
Now, I assume that the diving bell has to be like manually retracted. So I imagine that means that we need to leave at least one person.
Assuming that's... Oh, yeah.
Somebody up above to work the winch, yes.
If we all swim down with water breathing or fall down with it, then we can just swim back up to the surface and winch it once we're back on the boat. If we're not relying on it for air.
Important question. Is water breathing concentration?
No.
Good question. No, it's not.
Once he casts it on you, it's just
good.
Active.
And it lasts for 24 hours. So it's not
great.
Yeah, no, it's
solid idea. Okay, good. Because if it was, I would say this is a terrible plan.
Yeah, no. You can breathe water as long as you hold your breath. Wait, what? Doesn't make sense.
So I would say maybe leave the diving bell up and we just take a couple of the hooks down. They'll be heavy enough to weight us down.
Yeah, they're basically like, they work like anchors.
Almost
more
like
or less,
anchors.
like they're large.
That way we can sort of
or iron, I guess.
use the ropes to guide ourselves back up if we need to, and
if we find
that way we're not sacrificing our big technology either.
Yeah.
If we need to make a quick getaway, leaving a couple of hooks behind ain't bad.
Okay. So, let's just put it to a vote then. I know I'm captain, but do we all want to go down and leave Talon's familiar up here? Or would we rather split?
As long as Taylor, you'll know if your little Willie gets squished, right?
As long as we're within 100 feet, I can communicate telepathically with him.
And if we go further than that, then
we're out of luck. Well, then I'll know if he gets killed. Yeah.
Okay.
But that's not going to be super helpful if we're like 200 feet away. that means whatever got him is already on the boat. So.
Do we have a rough estimate of how deep the water is? I know it's shallows, but
you can give me a nature check.
Okay.
Or a perception check, your choice.
I am better at nature.
Don't you know you never split the party? Clerics in the back, keep those fighters hale and hearty. The wizard in the middle, where he can shed some light, and you never let that damn thief out of sight.
I rolled a 10.
Beautiful.
Plus my 4. For 14.
Okay. Where you are right now, so kind of the reef below you, you estimate it's probably somewhere between 100, 150 feet. It's a decent depth. There are shallower parts, but it's deep.
This is deep.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, since everybody is so talkative, I guess I'll make the decision. Flick and Torque, why don't you head down? Talon and I'll stay here. And then if you find something, come back up and report. If you need help carrying something or whatever, then Talon and I will join you.
Point of order.
Yes.
I think that Talon should travel with me.
I would agree, because you see, if there are any fish or anything hostile down there, I would hate for him to get the jump on me.
Likewise, if you are ambushed by pirates while we are below the water. Now, obviously, us having our full strength for such an incursion takes precedence, but hypothetically, if you were to be attacked and Talon were to kill some of these pirates while I was absent, this would be most upsetting.
Well, then, as two gentlemen of fortune, I think we should boldly go down to the bottom of the sea together.
Let's shall.
And if it helps you, Captain, I can leave Redtail with you.
Sure.
And if we're within 100 feet, you can at least communicate to me, albeit with some difficulty.
So
and if we need help, we eat the bird, right?
It's an option. All right, so
what's happening?
So Dinar is going to ritual cast water breathing.
Okay.
So it's going to take 10 minutes, but pull out a short reed and utter some arcane words and fiddle around a little bit, and then I'll give water breathing to the three of us.
Focus.
The three of us non-water breathers, and then they can go down.
I feel like the incantation for that spell is just.
I'm gonna hand out a short reed, and try to convince Talon that he needs to keep that in his mouth in order to breathe underwater.
You want me to be useless down there?
Make it deception.
Talon,
versus insight.
In order for this spell to work, you have to have the reed in your mouth. Just so you know. That is an 8 plus deception 1, 9.
Oh God!
Hey!
You are the expert on these things, Dinar.
That I am.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Flick is barely containing his glee. My passive insight is 14, so I know that.
You're like.
As soon as Talon was under the water, Dinar's gonna reveal.
Okay, so who's going down?
Talon and Torque.
Talon and Torque. Okay.
As a
All right.
brooding fighter with each group.
So, and you guys are you taking, like, basically riding the hooks down, or what's the...
I mean,
Or we
yeah,
just-
that seems like
we're
the
just
fastest
swimming?
way.
I don't see why not. Actually, that makes good
Yeah.
sense.
Okay. So you drop the salvage hooks. Well, essentially one, like it's one line, but you can drop them into the water, and there's enough purchase for the two of you to kind of like grab on, kind of get a hold on it. As
Oric will have his trident out in one hand.
basically it's like portcullis gate kind of thing. Like he's got a big crank on the one end of the winch, but it's like kind of self-locking, auto-locking, so it's easy enough designed so that one person can operate it quite easily without it, like, you know, breaking free and dropping. Dwarves, right? They make good stuff.
Yep.
So as the two of you are dropped into the water, you can see now as you descend, you get past a couple of the higher reefs. A shape appears in below you on this section of the ocean floor. And as the murk clears a little bit, the water's fairly clear, but there's still sediment and you know, stuff that kind of blocks your vision from above. You know, being everything blurry and obscured. But you can see now what appears to be at least half of a mast. And as you get lowered further, you can see the outlines of relatively small ship, looking quite aged. This has been down here for some time. There's debris scattered. Looks like part of the whatever was in the cargo hold. And you can see as the ship is kind of actually listed to one side that there is a big gaping hole. The stern of the ship has actually been ripped right off. There's wood scattered all about. There looks like some crates, some bundled unknown items. You can see the anchor off to one side, rusted and, you know, kind of half buried in the sand. We'll go ahead and show you what you see.
Ah. Actually, I had a quick question about breathe water breathing.
Yes.
It's different from the fire breathing spell. You don't breathe water in the way that you breathe fire from that spell, right?
That is true.
No, you just you breathe in water.
Yeah.
For air.
Secondly,
You know, like,
does that mean vocal components of spells work for me, or is that still a no?
that's a touchy one. I'd say it depends on what you're casting, but for the most part, the spell enables you to create a little bit of sound. But if it's something that's like, you wouldn't be able to cast a ritual
Sure. Okay. So like a quick
or
like,
something.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, or like your spell that requires you to like keep singing the whole time. I'd say something like that.
Sure. Something. Okay. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I knew how water breathing worked, but I always think that's an interesting.
Yes, you don't breathe out like water breath. Like you're not Squirtle all of a sudden. Like
Most useless spell ever.
It's the earth breathing you have to watch out for.
Yeah.
yeah, that's right.
How is visibility down here? Like I know we can see, but like
It's pretty clear. There is
we're in like a kind of a tropical climate, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of the sand gets kicked up. Even from like some of the underwater currents will come along and kick up some of the sand, and it'll cause kind of sort of lightly obscured for a little bit of time, but it'll slowly sink after a while. So at the moment, there's nothing really kicking up too much. You can see fairly well.
Okay.
Probably about 60 to 80 feet, like away from you before it gets, darker and blurry and you can't really see as well. But
I guess let's look around, see what we can find.
Or we'll just nod.
was going to ask what time of day it is because we were about, say, 10 o'clock.
Yeah, this is the same day we had that fight, so my spell slot.
It's like late afternoon now.
Yeah.
You're probably around 3 or 4 o'clock, somewhere in there.
Now, if we're walking along the seafloor, is that still counted as swimming, or is that counted as walking?
If you want to like get right down to the bottom and walk along, then you would be using your walking speed. But
ironically,
otherwise,
I would go faster at this time.
I'd say torque for you, like unless you kind of actively make yourself float and swim, your weight would be enough. Like your shell would be enough for you to just be like,
The anchor.
go for a walk. And you just look at a maul on your back. Yeah.
So Torque is just going to take slow, deliberate steps along the length of this ship, just seeing if there's anything worth salvaging still in it.
Okay. There's a couple spots where you step and the wood just like rots and breaks through. Again, you can tell that this has been here. This is an old wreck. This is not something new. This has been sitting here for a long time. There's barnacles and growths covering much of it. You can see spots where the wood itself has been eaten away by various undersea creatures and parasites in the thing. And the like, anything like canvas or lighter materials have all rotted or been eaten away. So it's decently old. You can give me a perception check if you want while you're
both of us?
Sure. Or if you want to be a little bit more specific in your quarrying, you can give me investigation. But
Are there any ancient bottles of alcoholic beverages that might be worth
that would be an investigation.
Serious vintage.
Okay.
Yeah. Meanwhile,
14.
aboard ship, Flick is
14.
going to have his big book out, and he's going to have a minor illusion of the sea babies. And he's going to be sort of comparing and flipping through it, see if he can find any diagrams of it, see if he can do some research.
Nice.
Carry on.
Torque, nothing really jumps out at you as being out of the ordinary. You do. What's your passive perception?
Passive, it would be 15.
15. Okay. I thought it was higher than that. Yeah. Just sort of passively
it's
as
10
you're
plus your perception modifier, right?
Yeah. As you're just kind of looking about, you do see some signs that you know well. You know ship combat. You know the sign, the marks of weapons on wood, blades on wood. And you can see many such marks, various spots on the gunwale, on parts of what's left of the mast. It looks like there was fighting aboard this ship. Some of it appears to be post sinking as well. You can kind of see where in parts of the wood that have already been rotten, you can actually see like almost as if something is carved, like a tool or an implement has carved into rotten wood.
So the fighting continued after the ship went down.
Tailend, on the ship itself, there doesn't seem to be any cargo left, any crates or anything. Most of it, as you can see here, it's just been scattered about, lying on the floor around. You do see, not too far from you, what appears to be a somewhat more preserved chest. It seems to be in better condition than the rest, and
treasure.
What it holds is unknown, but it's probably your best bet. It's probably your best bet for finding anything still intact. Most of everything else seems to be just rotted and ripped apart, but this one looks like a little bit out of shape.
Treasure. What do we have here? I'm gonna kind of kick it a little bit.
Some bubbles as you can disturb the sand a little bit.
We're going to come over and just like try to observe what you're doing.
Is there a lock or anything on it?
Not you can tell. Most of it is like buried in the sand. Like a lot of the sediment and sand has kind of piled up around it, so you can just kind of make out the top of it. You'd have to dig at it to free it a little bit more to get a better look at it, from what you can tell.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's the plan. Yeah. I do want to am I able, do I have to move this thing to get it so that we can like hook it up, or am I going to be able to get a hook over here?
Oh, you can move the hook to where it is easily enough.
Okay.
Yeah, there's enough slack on the rope that you can like kind of move the hook and like get it underneath it.
And then let's yank on that rope.
Okay. Which one of you is manning the winch or standing by? I guess it would be Dinar.
It'd have to be Dinar, yeah.
Okay.
Like is investigating.
First, I'm going to take a rapier and just carve the name Tayland into the top of the chest.
So,
Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say, so Dinar, on the apparatus, like there is a spot sort of where the rope, kind of the pulley, there is a little bell up that's actually be fastened up there. So when there is like a sharp pull, it actually does give a little bit of like a ding ding, ding ding ding, and you hear the bell kind of going off. And as you look, you see the rope being pulled.
Okay.
Ring ding diddle diddle audio, ring a diddly io.
Flick, it looks like they've maybe found something. I'm gonna winch it up.
Torque, what were you saying?
Just while this salvage is going on, once Torque sees that it's going well, I just wanted to ask: would Torque know of any significance as to the post-sinking gouge marks in the ship?
I'd say offhand, you probably know of several aquatic creatures that could have caused this. I mean, you've encountered the Swagan at some point. The Schwagon.
Monsters
you can give me a
of death and pain.
I guess you could either give me a nature check, or if you wanted to look more closely at the marks themselves, either nature or investigation, I'd say, depending on how you want to handle it.
Well, it's kind of 6 to 1, half dozen of another for me. So
nature would be more like contemplating, like what creatures do I know that could do this, whereas investigation would be like what left this mark and what carries that kind of thing.
I'll try investigation.
Okay.
So 12.
12. Okay.
Rarely remain.
These, taking a closer look, you can see there are definitely slashing marks, but you also see marks left from a weapon that you're more familiar with that appear to be more stabbing marks, kind of even some of the soft parts of wood. And where these marks are, there's 3 holes usually at a time. So something wielding tridents.
Torque will look at his own trident in his hand.
Pretty much. Good match.
At this point, it seems likely that they weren't attacking the ship itself, but there was probably someone between the trident and the ship, if I had to wager.
Yeah, I'd say given your investigations, it looks like there's 2 different things that occurred. There was probably a fight of some sort above the waves, and that likely resulted in the ship being scuttled. And after the ship has already sunk and been wrecked in the bottom, there's been several times where it's been prodded at and stabbed and carved and whatever else. One was definitely a battle, and the other was seems more like poking around or something else, carving.
They look I guess I wouldn't know that with the 12. Well, how fresh they look.
Not super fresh. You can tell. They've been here a while. Tailend, as you've hooked up the chest and it's being pulled up, it gets up probably about 2 feet above the seafloor, and then the bottom just kind of like erodes and just breaks open.
Or just looks over with the look of like, what did you do now?
And the contents just kind of spill out.
Quick question then. Can I, noticing this, would I be able to cast Shape Water to freeze the water directly beneath and kind of encase the bottom in ice before everything has a chance to fall out?
Oh.
Give me a dexterity saving throw to see if you can react fast enough.
Can do. 20.
Whoa.
20, okay. You do encase it. You manage to kind of freeze it, but a couple of the contents still kind of break free. Glistening gold coins.
Treasure.
And a few of them kind of glint and catch the sunlight. And as they do so, both of you hear, just kind of off around, you just hear like
aquatic Zorn.
You can hear the sounds of something rustling, a wave, something disturbing the silence.
Perception.
Meanwhile, aboard ship, we're winching up, and suddenly it's like, whoop, 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 whoop. It's like it became a whole lot lighter. As we're...
It actually got a little bit heavier because of the ice.
The ice is going to make it heavier, incidentally.
Oh, is it still attached to
Yeah.
I'm like remaking the bottom with ice. It's in water. I have much to work with.
So as you pull it up to catch the coins.
No, like as you pull it up out of the water, it's like you see as it breaks the surface, it's like, oh, nice chest. Why is the bottom of the block of ice? And in that ice, you can see like frozen, like coins, like frozen kind of in the ice as this thing like comes up. It's like,
no.
What?
Tailend invented the cooler. That's fine.
Cannon
to freeze gold. There we go.
Right. So I will make a perception check to attempt to determine what is about to kill me.
I should also probably do that. With
23.
Ooh.
May I also make one?
Absolutely.
See everything.
I see nothing.
You see nothing.
Looks like this is going to be my kill.
Tailend.
I stab it.
In the coral and the growth over here, you catch just a shadow, a shape, kind of moving, and then you sense more than see something is watching you.
Well, I mean, who wouldn't?
Can I try to like follow Taylor's gaze to see what he's looking at?
What are you doing, Taylor? What is what does Torque see?
I know something is seeing us. Okay, so I'm looking over at the coral a little bit nonchalantly. I've maybe got my rapier still out from carving my name on the top of the chest to make sure that everyone knew it was me who found the treasure. The treasure. And just keeping an eye on it. I think there isn't much I can do at the moment because I can't use my pistol. And most of my... I guess I could thunderclap, try to get it out of there. Yeah, let's try that. Let's give that a shot. I would like to...
We don't even know if it's like aggro on us yet.
I'm not going to damage it.
Okay.
I would like to cause a
beautiful,
sonic,
helpless mermaid.
a sonic boom to appear. what is this, 5 feet? So I'm going to, you know what? I got to get close anyway. So I am going to start approaching it, getting ready to thunderclap as soon as I'm just 10 feet away from it, so that I won't hit I won't hit it, but I can create like a shock wave to potentially spook it out.
Okay.
But I will slowly approach, and if it is sentient, I'm going to be like making the universal "I mean you no harm" kind of gesture.
Echo. Sorry, Echo. I just called you Echo because Echo's there. Dinar, yeah, you can go ahead.
Okay, so seeing the ice chest come up, I guess we'll winch it up the rest of the way and get it on board, and then at that point, Dinar will pull out some copper wire. Oh shoot, do I have that prepared? I do.
Okay.
No, but because the whole new thing, I can swap.
Oh, right. Yes.
So yes, I will cast message, copper wire, and I'll try to ping Tayland if I can, and just ask what is with this ice chest?
Treasure.
Is that your response?
Yes.
You moron.
Well, Flick's now got his dagger out. He's happily chipping.
And it comes out sort of as like treasure.
I guess they found some treasure. Maybe we should. I'll drop the hook in case they find more. Dinar will start winching the hook back down.
Okay.
Good call,
So, Tayland,
Skipper.
you're approaching it.
I am approaching it.
You kind of get like there, so. And as you're kind of coming out and you're approaching, stop discarding while I'm playing.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I couldn't resist.
That was good though. There's a moment where you see a bit of a shuffle, and then a trident is just coming right at you.
Oh damn! It's oh god. This is all bad. This is no good. Not good. No.
Oh, maybe
I
it's
rolled
not
a
that
one.
bad.
I dodge it like a baller.
So because you're ready, like
Yeah, I was
kind of like whoa, and it like floats by you, but thrown with
I Viggo Mortensen it.
impressive
It's my
speed
rapier.
and accuracy underwater. And with that, I'm gonna have to reset this initiative here. We're still on from the last one. With that, we are gonna go ahead and roll initiative.
These are mine.
I will have
We'll
Flick
see.
and Dinar roll as well.
Oh, okay. We
Seeing
don't have
as-
characters to select though, so we're just gonna have to roll.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll my dice.
Ha! 19.
Yeah, just roll for me, and
perfect.
I'll add it
you
to
can,
you.
You can
I
stop
add
popping
this.
them up, and then I'll come and steal the kill.
Yeah. We all
Right.
know you one-shot things. That's what you do.
Guys, I rolled a 20.
Yeah, all
Natural
right.
20 plus 5 for 25.
Dang, Flick got a 23 too.
So the two guys that aren't even there are going first.
We're ready for action.
Jeez, that's awesome.
Oh, man.
Seven. That's a poopy roll. Okay. So technically it's Dinar's turn. I guess actually you would see this. Yeah, I'll show you see this guy now since he's
Ooh.
more obvious.
Ah, yes. There's never one of those. Are we gonna fight some Gilblins?
I like
It's
his
a
little
keyframe.
coral pauldrons.
So Dinar, what are you doing? You're dropping the hook back in?
Well, to the best of my knowledge, nothing's happening down there. So yeah, Dinar is just winching the hook back down in case they found more treasure.
Okay.
That's good. What happens if I hook this guy? And then...
That would be Dinar's kill, technically.
Oh, that
You guys
counts as
pull
mine.
up,
That
there's
would
just
count
a
as
creature like,
mine.
"Ah."
It counts as mine. It was my idea.
Denar's the one
I did
working
it.
the winch.
Flick.
It was my idea to bring you down here. Does that mean all of your kills are mine?
Oh.
Flick, what are you doing right now?
I am chiseling coins out of this ice block. That's
Ooh, yep.
I got one.
yeah. I've got my dagger out.
All right, Talon. Then, as you dodge out of the way, this trident goes thrown past you, and this creature emerges. Green skin. It's wearing like coral and bits of like shale that, and you can see that part of its armor actually looks like wood from the ship that's been repurposed. And it definitely appears hostile. Its beady eyes just kind of staring you down. Like, it's got these fangs in its mouth that opens up like a fish-like mouth and just. What do you do?
Well, can I? How far away am I from Willy Redtail?
Like 200 feet?
Oh, okay. Okay.
Or 150 feet, I guess.
Okay. More than 100 feet is what I'm getting out of this. All right.
Look at these guys here.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I'm.
Green, scaly, ugly things. Yeah.
There can't just be one of them. There cannot just be one, but I don't know if I would take that chance or not. I'll hold off. I'm going to run up, and as I do so, I'm going to start getting the rapier going as it gathers up the briny waters around me, coating itself in the acidic brine, and I will take a swing with my sword.
Or it's probably more stab.
A stab, yes, with
Underwater.
with a 24 to hit.
Yeah. Yep.
And he can help himself to 11 acid damage.
Hey.
Okay.
Right. I think that'll be it for me. Unless I can bludgeon them with my gun. But I yeah.
In like really broken common, you can hear it goes like air breather.
I'm clearly breathing water.
Is that it for
Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's all I got.
Talon? All right. Torque.
Okay, Torque is going to just plant the trident in the deck of the ship, take out the anchor. I'm going to make my way over.
No.
Mine.
Mine.
Okay, so to start things off, as a bonus action, I would like to request permission to rage.
You do not need permission to rage.
Okay, Mr. Koalinth needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
Does he now?
Yes.
Ooh.
That's a 17.
Okay, so he's only going to take half of this then.
Yeah.
So I guess rounded down, that'll be 1 lightning damage. Now I have the anchor in hand. I'm going to be making reckless attacks, but because we're underwater, that's just going to cancel out the disadvantage, make it a regular roll. I can't afford to use the trident right now. I've got to put big numbers on the board.
There's a competition to win.
There is.
An 11 does
That
not
does
hit.
not
I
hit, no.
assume. Well, all the better then that I can attack twice. Oof. 13 any better?
13 still does not hit.
Hot garbage.
Ha ha!
All right. Comes its turn, and it kind of lets out like a kind of like a weird sonic kind of like howl.
Yeah, here come the cavalry.
Oh, I think that one might be platinum.
A number of these creatures all just kind of like come out from under the ship. One comes out from under rock. They just kind of like seem to like just burrow out from wherever they're kind of hiding, resting, living, whatever. And they all kind of look at you, holding tridents. And why is it playing the same one over and over again? I said shuffle.
Really likes the song, yeah.
Apparently.
This is my jam. That's a lot.
Oh, come on.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them.
There we go.
And the last word we got from Tayland was treasure.
Yeah.
All right, so the one in front of you, Tayland. Man, roll 20, be consistent, will you?
No,
I know, it's too much to ask, isn't it?
it is.
All right, so pulls a second trident off of its back.
That's cheating.
It's not.
Wow, a 1 and a 2 so
Ho, ha, guard, turn, parry, dodge.
5 is gonna miss.
Ha.
That's brutal. Yeah. It tries to stab at you, but nope.
Change my name to Water Dance.
This one's gonna come about there. And it's gonna chuck a trident at Torque.
At advantage.
Not that it needs it.
Nice
Ouch.
crit there.
What's
It's
that?
so weird to read that. I know, I don't understand that. Like,
So
when
does
he
that
said,
mean 4 and
Is it?
I
is
think
it
it's
one?
12 total.
Is it one-handed or two-handed?
it's just one-handed because he chucked
So
it, I
then
guess.
it's,
So
5. The first,
Yeah.
the left half is one-handed. The right half is two-handed.
oh, but it is crit. Okay,
And
yeah,
then-
so 5.
yeah.
Okay.
And the crit is the extra damage.
Yeah.
So I
It's so
think-
weird how it does
I
that.
think
Just like, just make it normal. Keep it
show the math when you hover over it.
2. Let's see. Yep, I can get right there.
This is bad.
8 to hit Talon is gonna miss.
Yes, it is. Oh! Ha-ha! Touche! Landlubber!
Rest are gonna move in and swarm.
Oh.
All right, Dinar, what you doing?
Are we supposed to be on that turn order? I don't actually see me or Flick.
No, you won't because
Oh, okay. Because we're not on the screen.
I have you on mine. You just don't
Okay.
see it. But
I
yeah,
just want to make sure. Well, I mean, 200 feet is probably going to take 2 turns for that winch to get the hook all the way down. So I guess we're just waiting. Well, Dinar's just waiting. There's no reason for us to be suspicious of anything. So
okay. Flick, still picking at coins of the ice.
I think I might see a platinum one in there.
All right, Aelin.
Right. I think I'm gonna see if I can give them something to notice that this is a little more than I would like to deal with without some magical assistance from not me. So I think I am going. So we're in agreement that vocal components work fine as long as it's just a spell and not a ritual.
Yes. Yeah.
All right.
As long as it's not like something that requires continual vocalization beyond like a. Blah, 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 blah.
I have a quick hypothetical question.
Is any hypothetical question quick? But sure, go ahead.
The thunder wave is audible from up to 300 feet. Does that mean that if
that's exactly what I was looking for? Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that carries further in water.
A thunder wave is going to cause like a above the water.
Actually, carry further too. So
probably, yeah. So yes, I am going to cast thunder wave on this joker next to me and the guy who tried to stab me.
Okay, so where you're positioning it?
Positioning it like.
Won't you catch yourself in it then? Wait, can you do that?
No, because it originates from you.
In which case,
from you.
I will step back, acknowledging that he will get a attack on me.
You will.
Betting on that
for a 7.
Alrighty.
They're not very tough. Like,
so I will.
In all honesty, that's why there's lots of them.
Throw back and surge of thunder energy. They will need to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay. The one beside you makes fails, and the one furthest from you is 16. I don't know if this succeed or fail.
I was hoping it'd be the other way around, but what are you gonna do? So that's going to be.
I always roll in order of distance from.
21 thunder damage, half if they succeeded.
Dang. Okay, so this guy's obliterated.
That's 2.
Well, at least you're motivated.
You watch his brain just like, and there's like blood just kind of like pours out of his nose. He's just like,
oh,
kind of like floats away. This one succeeded, so he takes half.
Yes, and he is not pushed away from me, but that's not my overall goal here.
Damage there. And yeah, there's a. So after, we'll say by the end of the round, because they're traveling through water, or whatever. But Dinar and Flick, there is a. You hear like a. As the water like explodes.
Hey, D, you think that's a thing?
Yeah, I don't think that's normal. We should probably check out that.
Was that it?
Can we say when the burst of water explodes, it's one verse of a sea shanty that emerges out of the water?
Hey! Oh!
Lola!
Hey! Ho! To see you! Get down here!
But yeah, that'll be it for me.
Okay. All right, Torque.
Okay. Let's head on over to this cat. I think we're gonna reckless attack him. First hit is bad.
Double digits here. Come on.
Autoplay shuffle does not work on these.
Finally, some good fucking food.
I don't know why.
Let me just make sure my rage damage is toggled on.
Isn't the whole point of creating playlists that it'll like play the list?
Yep.
Yes.
And is not.
Okay, so that's going to be 15 bludgeoning damage.
I softened him up for you.
But it's about kills.
I mean, yeah. He just is no more.
He has ceased to be.
Let's see. I still have a bonus action, so I'm going to pop up here and ask this gentleman to make a dexterity saving throw.
Would you please save?
Would you please fail the save?
Oh.
He is disinclined to acquiesce to your request.
That's fine. He'll take some damage.
Well, best lines.
We need to get that DC
I
out.
love that line. I'm disinclined to acquiesce to your request. That means no. So he takes 2?
He takes 2.
Baby. It takes 2. All right. Is that it for Torque?
That's it for Torque.
Okay. He's going to retort. Torque. And trident you for nope.
Well, he does get to roll with advantage.
That's right.
This is reckless.
17.
Yeah, if he meets the beats.
6. That is 6. It's two-handed.
Which I will round down to 3.
6 either way, apparently.
Yeah.
All right. This one's coming in against you, Talons.
No.
Double-hander. 15 to hit.
Oh, yep, that'll get me.
For 7 piercing damage.
Ow.
This guy back here is gonna make a toss at Torque. One of his 2. Nope, that one's gonna fail.
Yes, roll with advantage.
I keep forgetting.
Why do I keep reminding you?
Because you're a good player.
That's
21.
nasty.
Blackjack.
Oh yeah, that'll hit. If you're waiting for me to answer.
No, I was rolling for 5 halved. This guy back here is gonna take a toss at Talons from distance there.
Oh, God.
19
Yeah.
for 3.
I feel unwell.
All right, Dinar.
So, if Dinar was going to jump over the ledge and just go, like, just dive into the water, what's, like, action-wise, what is that going to use up?
Move.
Move? So, how far can I get? So I know that you said it's 150 feet from the surface level to the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
How tall is the ship off the water?
Jumping out the back, you're probably at about 15 feet or so, 20 feet. 15, I'd say probably.
Okay, and would the fall distance be considered part of my movement?
Because you're intentionally kind of jump diving, then yeah.
Okay.
You're like moving in that direction. You're going in that direction.
Okay, so I'm 15 feet from the top of the boat to the surface of the water, and then another 15 feet would get me down to what?
Do you have a
100
swim speed?
No.
So your movement in water is going to be halved.
So then I would only have 15 left, which means that I would have.
You get like 7, so 5 feet
Would it
basically.
be faster
Yeah.
if you took the chain?
I don't think it would.
Very
be.
much so.
Oh, really? If I was to pull myself along the chain, that would be faster.
Well, hey, I'll give you this because you were the one
I mean-
operating the winch.
Uh-huh.
I'd say that you would have known that there is a release mechanism. On it.
Okay. So
Yeah,
I
like
can
the
jump
chain
over
is
and grab
up
it.
right now.
Like you can
And then ride
like
it down.
basically just drop it and it will like go.
Okay.
So you don't
So-
have to winch it down. There is a release on it.
Okay.
So I would
then-
say I'd say because you were the one that was operating it, both dropping it down, pulling it up, and dropping it again, you would have seen. And you've worked in the Navy. You've been on a ship.
Okay.
You'd be like, oh, I can just release that pin.
Dang. What sucks?
Otherwise,
about-
it's going to take you like the fight will be over by the time you swim to the bottom.
Well, yes. And the thing is, I only need to get to 120 feet away, but with the 15 foot and my 30 foot movement, even riding the winch, I'm only at 135. So that's what I'll do. I'll pop the release on the winch and I'll hop overboard, grab it, and then ride it down. That'll get me down to about 135 feet from the seafloor.
So with it drop with the pin released, because it's a heavy weight. So essentially, the winch drops at like. What do I have it as? I think it drops at 40
Oh, so I can move farther because I'm riding
rounds.
something?
Because it's weighted. Basically, it's in free fall. It's gonna drop a lot faster than you can swim down because you don't have a swim speed.
Right.
So it's like if you drop an iron ball in the water, it's gone, right? So if you're on this and it's going way faster than you trying to like.
Right. But how far?
Which is how I'm picturing Dinar swimming. Just by the way,
it might be accurate. So how far will it take me if I'm riding it?
You'll be 40 feet under the water.
40 feet under the water. Okay. In that case,
you're 110 feet from the floor.
From the seafloor. In that case, then I'm close enough for magic missile. So, well, I suppose though there'd probably be a moment where I'd have to adjust to see targets. I can't just go down and be like, shoot that guy. So,
from where you are, you do not see them.
Okay.
You're 110 feet away, so you're in range. But because of even though it's like water is clear, it does obscure. It does like there's light shimmer. There's sediment that's been kicked up, especially by the battle. There's been a ton of sediment that's kicked up. You're not really going to be able to make out accurately from 110 feet away in water.
Okay.
To be able to see them accurately enough to be able to like. Pew, pew, pew.
In that case, then
you'd be like see tail and be like, that's it.
Is the 40 feet underwater the full movement of the rail or the winch, or if I don't use an action, can I dash? I mean, it would make sense that I could, but
you make the chain heavier.
Yeah, you can't really make the chain move you can't make the hook move any faster down.
Okay. That's fine. In that case, then I guess I will hold an action.
Okay.
I suppose it won't matter because next turn. Anyways, I'm riding the winch down. 110 feet from the seafloor, as you said.
So I'm gonna put you on the map, but we'll just keep in mind that you're not actually like on the floor there yet. You're making your way down. Okay, so I guess then Flick, you watch Dinar just like pull the pin and like jump over and grab the rope on the hook and just be like, whoop, and like drop into the water.
All right, that's how we're doing it then. I will run to the back of the ship. There are 2 cannons at the back of the ship, as I recall. I will grab a cannonball and then backwards over the edge.
Nice. Yes. Yes.
Great. That's fantastic.
Yeah. That'll definitely work.
It'll be a long swim back up, that's for sure.
I mean, that cannonball's gone. That's good.
Yeah, you're not bringing that thing back up, but so
we can't
say the same. Yeah, you
cook
probably
it.
go down. You'll go about 40 feet.
Actually, we might be able to stuff it in the suit.
So you went off the back-ish. So you would have went up from where he was. So you're probably like there-ish.
Sure.
Dropping down.
I love that. That's awesome.
All right, Tayland.
I would like to ready a dissonant whispers for when Dinar hits one.
For when I hit one?
No, for when Torque hits one.
Oh.
When Torque hits one, the next time he hits one, I would like to cast dissonant whispers on it.
Okay.
Casters.
Kill steal.
You just okay.
Throwing all caution to the wind. He's got an enemy right in front of him, but he's like, I gotta steal the next kill.
I mean, if I stab him, he's probably gonna live. Like, I stabbed the last one and he survived it. So, like,
What's the range on Dissonant Whispers again?
A lot.
A lot.
Okay, well,
60 feet.
Okay, so are you moving at all? Or are you just staying put?
I actually would like to, if I may, move. Is it so? If I like move around behind this guy, do I get cover from the other ones to throw stuff at me?
Not necessarily.
Not particularly. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if
usually, like if there's only one ally between you and an enemy,
Yeah,
you
that's
can get
fine.
them to dodge, like to duck. Kind of thing, like...
Yeah. I don't really know where else I would want to move. Like they can throw things. There really isn't anywhere safe. So I guess I'll just.
It's almost like this is their habitat or something.
Yeah, I know. I'm just gonna hold my ground. Start chanting away, but under my breath.
Okay, Torque.
Torque doesn't realize what Talon has just done, but
Yeah, why would he?
nonetheless, you seem fine here on your own.
Talon's always muttering to himself. Really, whatever.
This guy is the one that I've softened up already, so. 1 reckless small attack.
Yep, 23 will hit. Certainly will.
So that'll be 12 bludgeoning, plus the 2 he's already taken.
Bam! You just crack his skull.
Damn it.
And yeah, let's spread the love.
And so technically, I guess Talon, your ready to action would be
Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah,
gone.
That's fine.
Because you go to cast and he's like, oh man, he's dead already.
Yeah, no, yeah, absolutely. I was kind of hoping
Alright, so we're
he'd
2 and
survive
2.
with like 1 health or something.
He's got no brain left to dissonant whisper in.
I will attack this next one recklessly.
All right.
That's going well for you.
Well, 13's not great.
It manages to parry your maul with its.
All right, well, let's see if you can
try
parry
and
lightning.
See if you can parry lightning.
Parry this, you casual.
Okay.
Dexterity save.
Hey.
6.
So he's gonna take all 6 of this.
Hey.
Oh, there you go.
Hey.
She like parries. He's like, ha! Damn it! All right, is that it for Torque?
That's it for Torque.
All right. So the one that you just done shocked can attack you.
Ooh.
Oh!
Well,
He rolls advantage though.
I did roll advantage this time.
Okay, just checking.
So that's 11.
I'll round that down to 5.
Actually, just.
Oh, Torque doesn't care at this point. He's in his element.
All right, his buddy's gonna come in.
Oh, they're flanking you.
The other has advantage in his, but essentially kind of getting in that area. But
Yeah, but I know what these things can do, and that's still bad.
yeah, you do.
Torque's a little less in his element.
So does hit with 21.
Okay.
And
I mean, if you say so.
I'm assuming 21 hits, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, I know your AC isn't 21, so.
So I'll round that 7 down to a 3.
And it's going to use its martial advantage. This is what Devin was waiting for. Only 4 though.
That could have gone a lot worse.
I could have gone a lot
Which
worse.
I assume is still piercing damage, right?
Yeah, I mean,
it's
that
half
would
the 2.
technically be part of the 7, I think. So, like the 7 plus the 4, yeah. Yeah.
All right. This one.
He walks. He turns his back and presents it to me.
Nope. He turns his trident and presents it to your face.
Ah, yeah, he does.
Ooh.
For oh, only 4.
Not the face.
4 damage. Rolled low on that. 2-hander as well, so D8. But only
Good.
4.
I'm glad.
Dinar.
So I'm falling. How far with this chain? If it was 40 feet below the surface,
It goes another 40
50
feet. So
above. All right, so I'm another 40 down. So that means that I am at 70.
yeah,
Can I see anything from 70 feet?
I'd say at this point you can definitely make out They'll have a little bit of not cover, but like they'll be a little bit hard to hit because of like being lightly obscured.
That was not.
You can see them, but they're still somewhat obscured because of the water and the sediment.
Okay.
Is that a misfire?
Yeah, sorry. I was trying to click on the bubble to close it.
Nope, that's okay. Yeah.
All right. So, well, I will take a look for the one. Can I see the one that's right in front of Tayland?
Yep. You can see all three of them. They're just harder to hit.
Harder to hit.
But I guess if it's magic missile, then that's irrelevant.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So knowing that Tayland is significantly more squishy than Torque, even though Torque has two on him,
and visibly wounded.
Visibly wounded.
I mean, yeah, you can see there's blood in the water for like.
And knowing full well the bet. Although
the most important part of that equation.
Dinar doesn't want the ship to be called Tayland's Little Willy. But Tayland doesn't. I don't want Tayland to win.
It's a conundrum.
So clearly, what you have to do is just kill the closest one to Tayland in one shot, so that neither of us get the kill.
You just have to kill them all now and leave it at a draw.
Just kill Torque and Tayland. I mean, what?
Because it's at a draw right now. If you can kill all three of these guys, then nobody wins.
That's true, but it's certainly not going to happen. I will cast Magic Missile at a second level, so 4d4 plus 4 at the one that's standing in front of Tayland.
Okay.
Oh, you're not going to spread out the damage and make it easy for me? I have AoEs.
How dare you help me, Dinar? I called for you specifically, you guys to come down and help, but...
I called for him to come down and Magic Missile them all so I could Thunder Wave.
Oh, right. I can use Magic Missile to hit several creatures.
Yeah, but you don't have to.
I don't have to. And I'm not gonna. Just hitting the one in front of Tayland.
Do it, yeah. Do your thing, man.
4, 8, nice. That's a 1. 9, and a 2 is 11 plus 4 for 15.
Magic missiles leave bubbles behind them.
Sorry?
I mean, his magic missiles are ship shaped.
Yeah, do they leave bubbles behind them in the water?
Ship shaped. Yeah, like they leave like little mini wakes behind them, like
yeah.
When you cast them underwater, they're little submarines.
Yes, there we go.
The little dwarven submarines.
Dwarven barrel boats.
We all live in a dwarven submarine.
Yeah, you just four little barrel boat like little missiles come. Taylor, you just watch as the one in front of you just like.
That counts as mine. Oh, I can't speak.
You just look over at Torque, who's just looking at that whole thing. Like, you just look over at Torque, who's getting like kebabbed between two of these guys right now. He just sees that and just smiles. Like as they're stabbing him, he just looks back at Taylor and grins.
Like, all right, is that it for Dinar?
That is it for Dinar. Yes.
Flick.
I descend another 40 feet. I'm 70 feet away from the fun. Still can't do anything. I'm done.
Okay.
By the time
throw
you
a dagger.
Flick, there's not gonna be anything left, unfortunately.
Throw a dagger.
A lot closer.
Flick's like climbing on top of the ball and like, it's like.
I think I was like doing the full body hug on it the whole way down.
Tayland.
Hi. I hate everything. All right.
Now.
This is where I got to make the decision. You see, I can single target for big, stupid damage, or I can multi-target for less stupid damage, but potentially just then give him the win. I'm going to go single target because worst case scenario, this ends up in a draw. I am going to cast Dissonant Whispers upon whichever of these things looks slightly injured more than the other one.
I think the one in front of Torque.
I think the one in front of Torque got electrocuted, right?
Yeah, this one has not.
Torque is going to grab both of them as they're doing a shell game. They're going to switch places really quick.
So yeah, I will.
Torque is the shell game
on the one on the other side of Torque, so he'll need to make a Wisdom save.
I still love that Torque gets the shell shock people. Like it's just.
I just am a kaiju.
Curse upon you, sorrow, follow the current last, but there is a number
Probably too long.
and
I think you have to do a shorter
wait for you to make the save.
That's definitely more than 6 seconds.
It's got to be a shorter.
Curse upon you and your cow.
What was that again? A con?
Wisdom save.
Whiz.
Is attacking.
Oh,
Oh,
my
19!
goodness, wow.
holy smokes! All right, so he's gonna take half of this.
He's a wise Koalinth.
That is extremely unlikely. 12. So he takes 6. Oh boy, goody goody.
Hey man, they're somewhat squishy themselves, so
That 12 probably would have done it too.
not quite, but close.
All right, so that is a spell. I'm gonna hold on
It
to my
is a
bardic
spell.
inspiration because I may or may not still need that at some point. But I will move in and engage within a melee position of this guy.
Okay.
The
Twop.
guy in front of me that just got whispered. I'm gonna make a reckless maul attack against him.
Wait, is that you? Sorry, you whispered which one?
The one in front of Torque.
The one that was damaged already?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he took the 6. He took 6 because he succeeded.
Yes. So yeah, that full 12 would have done him in because.
Yeah, I figured as much.
Because he already took
Yeah.
6
I was
thunder
kind of
damage,
banking
right?
on that.
Yeah.
Or lightning, whatever it is.
Yeah, he took lightning damage. Yeah.
It's
a good thing.
Nine,
It's
a 9
good
misses,
thing the
so
lightning
I
damage
will-
doesn't do horrible things to all of us down here.
A 9 does miss.
So I will attack again.
How lucky am I that Torque is really off his game?
21 hits.
It's like-
Just building suspense, you know. It's not
Yeah,
just
he's
in
only
this
killed,
fight,
like-
it's-
Most of them.
We're gonna be tallying every fight until we get back to Porto Darius.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be
Ooh, that's-
15.
That's going to be
that seems
overkill.
excessive.
Leave
You
in
kill him
3.
and then kill him more dead.
Okay, so that's 3 for me.
Yeah, it is.
You
Um,
obliterate. You just like crush him into goop.
And then as a bonus action, could that guy please make a save?
Yes, yes. Have him
And I
make a
guess
save.
he will. 15.
Oh
Just barely, but
no, he needs to fail.
1 lightning damage.
Ow!
Ah man. That's a
You
lot
like
of
the
damage.
battery. Ah!
Is it statistically better to roll 2d10 or 3d6?
3, always 3.
Math,
More dice makes a louder click clack.
It
so
does,
makes
yes.
better.
which
Yes.
is all that matters. That's right. All right. Is that it for Torque?
Yeah, that's it for Tor.
Okay.
Actually,
More-
wait. I want to move before I
Oh.
do anything else.
Okay. More click it clack is.
Oh,
I just want to go over shoulder to shoulder with.
no!
He's just
Like-
gonna hold up 3
Hey, buddy.
fingers.
All right. This guy
This
is
guy's gonna run. Like, come on, he's by himself.
He is, but
Or is he gonna stab me?
they have a ferocity. He's gonna
Okay.
stab you.
Yeah, of course he is.
You're
And he's-
bleeding a
And
lot.
he's your target. Yeah.
Oh, you little
Hey!
so low on the damage. 3 piercing, just a little.
I mean, I'm still all right. You know, I'm okay. I've had worse days.
Honestly, Flick and I didn't necessarily need to come down.
Apparently not.
I mean,
I don't
you
know.
did-
I mean,
you
that
did
magic
obliterate
missile.
with
That magic missile ruined my entire chances here.
Yeah.
And Flick needed to come down just for the visual of him, right?
Yes, yeah, that was necessary.
You secured an early
Seriously,
lead.
let's go. Dinar.
Dinar is going to throw another second level magic missile.
I was gonna say, whoa!
With the
Holy
remaining target.
crap, dude!
Wait a second. You're gonna waste a 3rd level on this guy?
No, second level to get 4 arrows. Or 4 boats, I suppose.
I don't even think you need 4, to be honest.
Probably not.
4 barrel boats. 4 barrel boats.
Alright, so that's 2 2s for 4, plus a 4, so 8, plus another 1, 9, plus 4, 13.
On top of the 1 that he's already suffered. Blech.
Ah!
And that would put Dinar, he was at 70 feet, that's another 40-foot drop, so now he's at 30 feet still. Hasn't even touched
Yeah,
down
so
yet.
No, but you're like, yeah, you're there. Like you're just riding the anchor or riding the hook, just being like pew 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 pew, and flicks off beside you, just like wee
Whee!
So yeah, with them dead, say Dinar and Flick, you do eventually touch down. There are bloody dead things all around. Talon bleeding a little bit. Blood in the water, always good.
Yeah,
there, right?
Torg is just kind of like Torg looks like a bath bomb right now. There's just red coming off of him.
Talon will heal himself slightly.
Slightly. Okay.
For 4. I rolled a 1.
So Dinar and Flick, you see the remains of the ship here now as well, and debris scattered all about.
Huh.
It makes sense to you, Torque, now that this appears to have been. It's likely that the Koalinth probably attacked the ship in the first place, and then kind of claimed it as their own, like this is their territory, and so they've likely lived in and around here and taken bits and pieces off of it for who knows how long.
These
As,
Koalinths have any
Torque's-
treasure?
As Torque's rage subsides, he will just walk back over to where he left his trident, rip it back out, and then just put it on his back.
The goblins do not have treasure on them, no, unless you count makeshift wood plank.
No,
armor
I don't really count
as
that
treasure.
What about the friends we made along the way? Is that treasure?
Flick is going to paddle up to the bow of the ship and see if he can read the name.
Okay. You get up there and most of the wood is decayed, and you figured that any paint that was on here is probably long since eaten away, disintegrated away, as even the wood itself is in pretty rough shape. This ship's been here a long time.
Kind of hoping for a metal plate or something, but oh well.
No. This, from all appearances, like you don't even really see any cannon mounts or anything. Like this appears to be a very simple sailing ship.
Sure.
Probably,
I'm sure someone's missing it at some point, though. So
likely only a few people on board, maybe.
Any way to tell, like, maybe how long it's been down here?
Sorry, I'll just be right back.
Bye. Give me I just say just straight nature, I guess, probably for this.
Nature? Okay.
Just to kind of tell the amount of decay.
Yeah, the decay, sure. 8, so not great.
No idea. But I mean, it's not like it sunk like yesterday. You're probably looking at
It's old, yeah. It's
years, probably. It's gone down.
So, any sign of anything other than that chest full of treasure?
Any of you can make one more perception or investigation, or if you can do aided, or you can.
let's see.
I think that sounds like a job for Flick.
15, not terrible.
15.
Also, I'll pass message it to Nar. Perhaps one of you should go back to the ship. There's a
Right
whole
around where
chest full of treasure up there.
Right around where you are, Fleck, you can see where part of the hull has broken open here, and where like the contents of the hull or the hold have spilled out, and not on the ship itself, but kind of in the sediment. You kind of find a hard surface, a hard corner. You manage to just somewhat dig away a second chest, one that looks very similar to the other one that was hauled up, roughly about the same size, actually.
If I could whistle underwater, I would do that. So I clap my hands a couple of times. Hey guys, got another one over here.
Dinar will.
You see Flick like waving and like, making like.
Actually, minor illusion can make sounds too, can't it? I'll make a sonar ping for sure.
Dinar will, if possible, bring the hook over towards the chest, and then Dinar's actually just gonna haul himself back up the rope to the boat.
Okay, so you actually have to pull the rope a little bit, because you let it free.
Yep.
It basically just goes until it's slack, and you realize as you're pulling, you're like, oh, there's good like another 100 feet of rope here. So you pulled it pretty much all the way to its extent. So there's like quite a bit of rope now that's kind of gathered, but enough. You finally get it so like it's taut and won't
so
move any further, and you.
Yeah, I'll make my way back up to the boat.
While
Okay.
he's heading up, I'll start sort of excavating around it so we can find it'll come up easily.
Okay.
Crack the top. Do I want to? Actually, let's just let Talon come back over and be ready on your icebox trick again. And
Okay. So for expediency, we'll say Denari, get back to the ship. Find it surrounded. No, I'm kidding.
You had me for like a split second there. I was like,
there's an entire flotilla there.
Yeah, there's like 20 Runix all there.
I'll find the golden R of Runix. Yes.
Each one more smug than the last.
That's right, and somehow dressed more lavishly.
Of course.
So you put the locking pin back in, crank it up. Now, are the three of you are you going up with the chest? Are you?
are we sure that this is the last of the treasure?
I'd say
ride.
you and Torque can each make one more check
Sure.
if you want.
Do you want perception or investigation?
It's up to you. Investigation is more if you're like looking in a specific spot.
Now we're
or
kind of
being
just doing a
somewhere.
general survey, I think. So I
Then
guess
Yeah.
that'd be more perception. Yeah. You're just
Program
gonna-
to proceed.
22.
Dang.
Jeez.
Okay. You're both fairly confident, or more than fairly confident, that anything else of value has long since been rotted, salvaged, gone. Given the size of the ship, the nature of it, probably just a personal vessel, wasn't likely to be too much. So the two chests that you found, that's likely to be it.
Okay.
At all.
Yeah. And they said we wouldn't get anything on our first day. I say we would say we
Well, no,
would
she said you wouldn't find the ruins on your first day.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Shouldn't say you wouldn't find anything. All right.
Just say we found this in the ruins.
Uh,
That won't backfire.
No, not at all. Sorry, you went in? Execution. Okay.
so
So
everybody's
with that-
back up to the top.
The
Hang on, I need to make some corrections here.
That's good.
O becomes an X.
Scoreboard needs to be updated.
Yeah. All right. So back aboard the Stormcaller. As the ice thaws, or I'm assuming you de-thaw it or whatever with it. Inside both chests, you find a combined total of 400 gold.
Hey,
Are these slavers' coins or good
No.
coins?
Hooray.
These are essentially your Far Traders Guild minted common gold coin.
I'm sorry, how much do we have?
400 total.
400
100
between the
each.
two chests.
No smelting required.
No smelting. required.
Any way we could tell the age based on the minting of the coins?
Oh, yeah.
Give me a history check for that.
Ooh.
I'm actually trained
That's
in
my
history, so I'll help you
forte.
with that.
Ooh.
He's giving you advantage on it. So,
Oh.
or Mike's doing it himself. Okay.
Well, I got 17.
Okay. Thinking on that, you're like, oh, I should check the minting year on this. And you can find one on the back that these are official trade coins, minted by the Far Traders Guild, which keeps tabs of everything. These were minted roughly 300 years ago. Now, that doesn't say that the ship itself is 300 years ago.
Give us a good
There's-
approximation, though.
It's probably been there anywhere from like 100 years or more. It's been there.
Does
a
that
long
increase their
time.
value at all, or? Yeah. Okay.
No.
So it's like regular money.
It's just gold, yeah. But yeah, so this is a pretty old wreck. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
We are very successful treasure hunters, gentlemen.
Well, gents,
And
I
so
guess-
with No, go ahead. Sorry.
I think we should drop anchor and get ourselves a rest for the night.
Yes, that sounds delightful. Anyone for a drink?
That was 400 gold, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
So 100 each.
Wahoo!
All right. So with that, as you've explored one location, found something of worth, and if nothing else, on top of that, have X'd off one location as not being the runes you were searching for, we will call it there and end tonight's session.
Yeah.
Well done, gents. Good times.
Yep.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us and for hanging out with us as we play Dungeons and Dragons. Don't forget, you can check out our Linktree, which has links to all of our social media places. And you can like and follow us and subscribe to us on the YouTube, on the Twitter, on the Podbean, and of course here on Twitch. If you're watching us on Twitch and you haven't followed us yet, please do so. We'd love to get to the followers mark that can get us to like official status and stuff, and then we can do extra things.
Yep.
And be awesome. Be official. Please help us be official.
Do it.
Do it.
All right. Until next time, happy gaming, everyone. Stay safe out there and have fun. Catch you next time.